Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cleveland Browns hosted the Miami Dolphins for a rainy game at Huntington Bank Field. Former Buckeye running back Quinshon Judkins ran for 84 yards and 3 touchdowns yesterday as the Browns went on to win comfortably 31-6. The Browns will travel to Foxborough to play the New England Patriots on Sunday. On Saturday, the Ohio State Buckeyes took care of business up in Madison and beat the Badgers 34-0. Julian Sain led the way, throwing for 393 yards and 4 touchdowns. The Scarlet and Gray have this week off before they play Penn State at home November 1st. This update was sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy lower rates than the national average, plus a special rate on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Good morning, Columbus.
Joe, that ain't even good enough. Come on, Joe.
Wake up! Stop this one!
Frizzle left tight, F fly, pass 37 punch, waggle, help, baby dizzy, X fan on the turbo.
Thank you, baby.
Football, man.
It's time to listen to a bald, fat loudmouth
Mr. T-Bone.
and a former football player.
And that ball intercepted by Tyvis pal.
Wow, no radio station has ever done that before.
Did it work for those people?
No, it never does. But it might work for us.
Welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Monday. It is a Reaction Monday here on The Fan. I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis. Good morning, Tyvis.
Good morning, Mr. T-Bone.
How was your weekend, buddy?
Busy.
Oh, yeah, I know. You were
Very
in.
busy, but it was full of wins.
Yeah, it was.
Full of wins of teams that I was covering and that I root for. So it made it a very good weekend.
Yes, it did. Absolutely.
Forget the rain.
Oh, yeah. I got lots to talk about with that Browns game because you and Dylan were just poo-pooing and whining about oh, it's so cold and wet out. What are they going to do? I tell you what they're going to do. They're going to play football. Yeah. Somebody came to play yesterday. So we'll talk about the Browns coming up. We have got every Monday, 7:17, we talk to our guy Bob McElligott, radio voice of the Columbus Blue Jackets. They got a win over the weekend, so we will talk about that. We will talk with Joshua Perry coming up at 8:30, get into some college football discussion with him. Lots of college football news, lots of people getting fired, so we got all that to discuss. Plenty of NFL topics to discuss as well, including an epic comeback yesterday for the Broncos. Did you watch any of that game, Broncos-Giants?
I was watching it when I was doing post-game because they were a 4 o'clock game. So when I was doing post-game, we had it on the TV. And obviously post-game ended around the third quarter. So I left, and it was 19-0 when I left. So I said, oh, well, the Giants got that in the bag. As I'm driving home, I just happened to check the app. And I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Oh, yeah.
The final score is what?
Yeah, they scored 33 points to the Broncos in the fourth quarter. I think the biggest fourth quarter number that's ever happened in an NFL game. Something crazy like that. So, yeah, we'll get into plenty of NFL discussion throughout the day. But we start, of course, with the Ohio State Buckeyes traveling up to Madison and getting it done at Camp Randall against Bucky and the Badgers and Luke Fickell, who I got to tell you, Luke Fickell knows, every player knows, every fan in the stands knows, and yet no one is making the decision and actually doing the thing that everyone knows is about to happen, but that's a dead man walking. That's a guy who's getting fired as soon as they decide it's financially feasible for them to do so, and I don't know when that time is, but you could clearly tell that team had no life. And thankfully, Ohio State didn't let them get any breathing room at all to say, well, maybe there is some hope here. Maybe we can pull off the shocking upset. No, there was none of that. Ohio State started off with 17 points in the first quarter and really didn't look back. That was pretty much the story of the game for me.
Well, one, at the beginning of the season, we all said that Wisconsin had one of the tough schedules. I think they was ranked they fifth or something like that.
They were. If all the FPI, one of the analytics things ESPN does, they ranked 9 SEC teams as the toughest 9 schedules in college football, and then number 10 was Wisconsin, which I think shows a little bit of the inherent built-in bias of the SEC thought process that all the teams are good. So clearly they're all going to have tough schedules. But yeah, Wisconsin does have one of the tougher schedules in college football, to your point.
I think that the question that you have to ask yourself at Wisconsin is, one, do you believe in Luke? Is Luke a good coach?
They don't believe in him.
That's the first question.
No.
Or is it the coach or is this a talent thing?
Whether it is a talent thing or not.
Yeah, because if it's a talent thing,
they've crossed
you could go into the camp where it's like, well, if it's the talent, we can change that now. We can do something about that and, get some kids out of the portal and pay players, to get them to come here and things like that. So if that was the case, I'm sure that's what was probably going to happen in Indiana, right? But Fick got to do a better job of giving them a reason to believe in that.
Listen, I want Luke Fickell to be successful. I'm understanding where you're coming from. Let me tell you right now, you lose by a combined score of 71-0 at home to two teams, Iowa and Ohio. Now, Ohio State, if you said all 71 came from Ohio State, great. But, they got beat worse by Iowa.
I know
is the tragic thing for them. So, no, man. And everybody knows watching that game, we have our doubts as Buckeye fans about certain aspects of the game plan or running the football or right side of the offensive line has some issues. You know how I feel about the special teams unit on this Ohio State roster.
You see they punter convert to 4th and 19?
I did see that. That was the only offense that they had, essentially, was that play. That was their biggest play I think they had on offense all day, if you wouldn't even call that offense. But what I'm saying is Luke Fickell's era, his time is done. Whatever you think of him, whatever he could do eventually, there's a momentum thing in college football, and he's lost that at Wisconsin. And part of that is because, you play Ohio State. Ohio State could have put up any number they wanted to in this game. Don't you feel like?
Oh, yeah.
If they came out and did 17 in the first quarter, you could have just kept running those plays over and over and over. They had no answer for that.
It definitely feels like, we ain't going to do Fick like that. We don't want to do Fick like that because they 100%. What's sad is every team has taken away, tried to take away Jeremiah Smith, and he was feasting this game. Carnell Tate was – I walked away from this game saying, I don't know who wide receiver 1 is in this upcoming draft. I mean, Carnell Tate is right there in the middle of that conversation with the way he was playing yesterday. On Saturday. I mean, I get the Tyson from Arizona State. I get Lemon from USC. But it ain't. Listen, somebody want to argue that Carnell Tate's wide receiver 1, I'm here for it because he was that first touchdown he caught over 2 people.
Guys.
He climbed for that one. I was like, sheesh.
Well, and that play, and I found this out after the game because I didn't know this at the time. Did you see that poster? I think Ryan Day even talked about it where they said they hadn't really run that play with him in that spot, but because Brandon Inniss got hurt, the play prior on that series, he came out of the game, and so in the slot, they said, well, let's put Carnell Tate in the slot for this play. So he ran a different route than he usually has to from a different position, and that's the play that you got.
Good. Versatility.
Yeah, they said they hadn't practiced that. He had ran it one time against Purdue his freshman year, and that was it.
Right. I'm just saying, I think we've done this with Jeremiah Smith. I think you can do the same thing with Carnell Tate and say he's wide receiver 1 on every other team in college football in my mind. And I do think there's a decent number of NFL teams that if he walked in there right now, he would earn the number 1 nod very quick. If he walked in at training camp this year in an NFL city, Carnell Tate.
Oh, if he went to the Browns, he'd be wide receiver 1 for sure.
Right. And I'm saying, I don't know how many NFL teams it is, but it might be more than half. Where he walks in, if you gave him a full season of training camp and learning the playbook and all that, you gave him that right now, he's wide receiver 1 on probably more than half the teams in the NFL, and he's not the only guy on Ohio State's roster you can say that about when it comes to wide receiver. The talent here is incredible.
I had 2 observations. One, Mylan Graham is on his way. I don't know.
Well, him getting reps.
Listen,
too?
I know how we feel about Brandon Ennis in the slot and all that. But Mylan Graham on his way. I'm just throw that out there. And Quincy Porter he's good too. Big body receiver.
I saw people posting, dude, the prospects you have of what if you threw Quincy Porter out wide and let Carnell Tate come inside and play the slot? Now,
it's
good luck.
It's ridiculous. The receiver room is just ridiculous. It's not even
and that's
fair.
All right. Next year, are they getting Chris Henry Jr.'s coming here next year, right? It's just the riches keep
And then the last thing was for the run game, Isaiah West. I think I want to see some more.
I think I do too.
I think I want to see some more.
I think it speaks highly of your 2 freshmen that you have that have made their dent when they get in there, and I think that may speak to how bad of an idea it was to go out in the transfer portal. They didn't have enough. I guess that's what happens, right? When you have 2 studs, Travion there, right? And Quinshawn. Like, you have two guys who are the clear established dudes, and people knew they were. They decide that kind of maybe limited some of the other guys who said, yeah, I don't know if I want to come here. But regardless, now you got two freshmen who do come in, and they're playing well with West and Bo Jackson.
9 carries for 55 yards or led the team.
I need to see more of that. And I do
want to see some more.
And like I said, offensive line, right side of that offensive line, I think you need to work in Josh Padilla. I think it's time. Like, I think we need to go there at the guard spot. But all right, like, these are things that can be corrected. I will tell you, because I have some, plenty of negative thoughts. I'm a negative guy. I'm a cynical guy.
You got to stop that.
No, like, all right.
You got to stop that.
We have we missed a couple field goals, right? That's not ideal. I think if you get in a close game, that could come back to bite you. I still have my concerns about the punting and all that, but
so special teams.
Special teams, I have, yes. Like I said, special teams, special players. I don't feel like we have that right now. However, I will tell you something that gave me a lot of hope from this game. Something that I think has changed with Ryan Day from the last few years to this year, and we will talk about that when we come back. It's I almost said it's Common Man and T-Bone. Good morning. It's Monday. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Monday. We saw a lot of rain on Sunday, so stepping out the door today, do be mindful of some of those wet, slick roads this morning. But other than that, your commutes are looking really good to kick off the week here for folks in Grove City. If you were stepping out the door right now, a little bit congestion on 270 and that 23 intersection, but 71 will give you no issues this morning. Really, overall, still looking nice and green on our time saver traffic map. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Enjoy rates lower than the national average, plus special rates on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card from BMI Federal Credit Union. Apply today at bmifcu.org/visa.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're over 50, it's likely that you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
Everybody poops, everybody pees. Mommy, will you call Mr. Rooter, please? 'Cause I gotta poop and I gotta pee. Only Mr. Rooter can clear the drain for me. Thank you, Mr. Rooter.
Hi, everybody. We call it what it is at Mr. Rooter. When you have a plumbing or drain problem, the team at Mr. Rooter is ready 7 days a week. Call us today and take advantage of our $95 drain cleaning special. Visit us at MrRooter.com. We'll be there quick.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Visit the Good Feet store today. Walk-ins are always welcome. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Toyota West. And with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of 0 down and 0 payments until 2026. And every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. Offer expires 10/31. No payments for deferred payment. Interest accrues at time of inception with approved credit.
Is your money just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money's always doing something. Like auto savings for special events, tracking your teen spending, and helping protect your parents from fraud. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Newman Roofing, as part of its 2025 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to recognize individuals who have made an impact for people of all abilities. This week, we would like to honor Caitlin Brown. Caitlin has made an impact by creating the Handy Capable Kitchen, which raises money for Toys for Tots through her local Chili Fest. This Down Syndrome Awareness Month, Newman Roofing is proud to join forces with 10 TV and The Fan in celebrating our ongoing commitment to the community.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means every few minutes across Ohio, 20 out of 80 possible numbers are randomly picked. And if some of the numbers you picked match, voila, you're a winner. Keno doesn't require you to know a single thing about sports, ball, or overs, unders, pluses, minuses, or lines, or whatever else. Keno is as simple as, did some of my numbers match? They did? Great. You just raked in some dough. There are more than 20 hours of Keno draws every day and thousands of places to play statewide. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Flexible, secure, fun. Oh, and great pay, too. Are you not sure what you want to do for a career? Or are you thinking of changing careers? Being a dental hygienist or dental assistant may be the perfect fit for you and provides all of these perks, plus more. Talk with a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org to learn more. Become a valuable member of the dental team and start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Austin and Berm are back with a new daily podcast, the ultimate OSU football insiders. You know, it's refreshing to have some smart people working here from time to time.
The Beat with Austin and Berm on the 10 TV Plus app.
Subscribe today. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Definitely need a couple layers this morning as wake-up temperatures in some spots in central Ohio could range from the mid to upper 30s to the low 40s. But this afternoon, plenty of sunshine in the forecast, just staying on the chilly side and could be breezy at times with highs in the low 60s. For tonight, mostly clear overnight and not as cold with our lows getting in the mid to upper 40s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
It's Reaction Monday, where our highly trained experts talk football.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
Your home for reaction and overreaction, the Fan. Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheets. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Julian Sayin in the shotgun. Awaiting the snap from Carson Hinsman. Wisconsin shows blitz. Snap to Sayin. Pressure coming. He steps back to throw. Slides to his left. Cranks and fires deep down the middle of the field for Tate. In the air. Grabs it. Comes down with a ball. And it's going to be a touchdown. Carnell Tate, 33 yards. Grabs that heave from Julian Sayin. And he caught it between a couple of defenders. And the Buckeyes get on the board first, leading 6-0 here at Wisconsin.
That was the grab from Carnell Tate. Of course, Paul Keels on the call there. Buckeye Radio Network. Buckeyes get it done in Madison, 34-0. The shutout was great. Good to see. This Buckeye defense, which we haven't even talked about, has let in like a total number of points this year that is shocking. Like, I want to say it's their average. They're averaging allowing less than 5 points a game. I want to say it's like 3.5 points a game. You can do the math almost on one hand other than that Illinois game. Like, it's truly remarkable feat, this Buckeye football team, what they're doing right now. So, yeah, the defense is stunningly good. Offense is obviously throwing the ball. They're the best offense in the country at throwing the football, I feel like. And that's what I want to talk about. It gives me a little hope about this upcoming, the PTSD I get as a Buckeye fan when it comes to Michigan is real. You feel that, Tyvis, at all? Like a little bit of, yeah, this is great, but what's going to happen when you play Michigan? What's going to happen if you get to a Big Ten championship game?
To be honest with you, I never got to that thought. I'm more of the CFP. I didn't think about what's going to happen when they play the Wolverines because I've been in that game to where it's like none of the stuff that you put on tape matters right now.
Fair.
It's fair. You can go out there. Both teams, they can go out there and they could be running the ball with the better than anybody. We could be throwing the ball better than anybody. But we get in the game and we saw last year turn into we just gonna run the ball. Like well, that. So the whole thing.
Yes,
you could throw all the tape out the window. It's about who comes out there, who's willing to do whatever it takes to win that day. That's just how that game goes.
That's right. But I think one thing that has been a tendency over the last few years is what you just said. Ryan Day in those games, for whatever reason, has felt the need to say, all right, we're not going to be out-toughed by Michigan. It has been my problem with how he approaches that game for the last few years, where he feels like he has to show Michigan, not only are we going to beat you, we're going to win a certain specific way. You're the blue-collar team. You're the team that you say is all that. And we're going to go run the football, and we're going to try to show that we can do that. And when that doesn't work...
I don't know. I think
that's absolutely what's happening.
I think that's how it came off. But, digging a little deeper into that, I think it was some things that happened in the course of that game that kind of made the game plan turn into
Which one? Because he did it multiple... I'm saying, okay, but multiple years in a row now, you have seen... that game turned into we need to figure out who's tougher. We need to prove who's tougher.
Not in the
if you listen to all the comments
two years ago,
if you listen to the comments, I would. If you go watch how that game went and you listen to what he said beforehand, he kept pointing to the fact that they need to be tougher. They need to
Marvin Harris's year. I don't think that was the case.
I think it was in 2022. Which would have been CJ's last year, where it felt like they could have just thrown the ball all over the yard.
When we were here.
Yeah. That's the one that I feel like the narrative you're saying is the case.
I think you can make the case
like they needed to out-tough them.
In multiple years where it's been, and obviously on defense you have to be, right? Because Michigan, they're not going to throw the ball down the field a ton other than when you leave a wide receiver wide open and J.J. McCarthy could find him because that's the only pass he can complete. More on that later. But the point is, in general, it has come down to who wins at the line of scrimmage. Well, here's my point, Tyvis. You tell me if I'm wrong. This Wisconsin game, coming into this, what did we both talk about? Wisconsin is one of the best defenses in the country when it comes to stopping the run. And I was worried going into this game that Ryan Day was going to say,
I didn't say they was one of the best. I said they was pretty good, though.
Pretty good. Statistically, they're very good stopping the run. And I was afraid this was going to become a game where Ryan Day was going to say, you know what? I got to prove we can beat Wisconsin running the football. We're on the road in the Big Ten. We don't want to give them too much momentum. Those slow starts that we've kind of talked about, that concern about why are we running the football at odd times, I didn't see that this week. I saw Ryan Day go out there and say, you know what are we better at them than? We know we can throw the ball down the field against this team, and they did. And they just went out and they executed a game plan that made a lot of sense from a standpoint of, let's not go strength on strength or weakness on strength and try to prove that we can run the ball against Wisconsin. Let's throw the ball, get a big lead, and then, if you want to work on some things in the run game, I totally get that. But at least let's establish that this team is not going to come anywhere close to touching the Buckeyes today. And they got off very quickly with this offense, which I like.
I think that this Buckeye team this entire season have not ran the ball well. And they get up by their points, and then they start to try to run the ball to try to figure out how they could be successful. I think that people don't like that, but I think that that's been what the case has been this entire year. Because when it comes to the passing game, that worst case scenario, we going to sling the ball and nobody going to stop our receivers or Julian. That's what it is. So we trying to figure out how can we get that run game going? How can we be effective? That's why you're starting to see them mix in all these different pieces when we're up, because it's like, all right, let's put this guy in there with the rest of that starting line, and let's see if we can create some seams that way. Let's see if we're a zone team or we're a power team. Do we need to run screens? You're seeing them try all of those things when they were up, because they're still trying to establish their run game for so they can come out the gates and be able to run the ball effectively. And they're still, to me, searching for that answer.
Yeah, go ahead, Dylan.
One of Bo's three things was throw it to run it. Yeah. And I think that this is something that this team's going to have to do going forward.
But what I'm saying is there should be no shame in that. I feel like in the past there's been a little bit of a, hey guys, and obviously last year the two guys you had, you could establish the run, I think, a lot better. I do understand that game plan a little bit more last year. But what I'm saying is this Ohio State offense functions at its best when you can put anybody in any spot, Carnell Tate in the slot on that play like we talked about, but having Max Clare just running underneath and catching 7-yard passes. If that's all that you can get, then you can move the ball down the field that way. That's still effective. And what I'm getting to is...
They tried that last year against the team up north, and it didn't work.
Right. I'm saying you need to take what they give you. And I feel like in this Wisconsin game, they actually took what Wisconsin defense gave them, which is...
Well, Wisconsin's secondary was never going to stop Ohio State's receivers.
Right.
I'm talking about, when the talent starts to equate more, so when you get more into the CFP aspect, you get against the Alabamas and teams like that, you got to be able to run the ball. I
don't disagree.
I firmly believe in my heart of hearts that if you want to win a national championship, you have to be able to run the ball.
Tyvis,
I still believe that was the difference between last year's team and every other team that Ryan Day has had, is that they were very good at running the ball. When the Wolverines won, what were they good at? Running the ball. Like, it's just what it is. You got to be able to run there. What is Georgia was good at? Running the ball.
Number one, why do you hate Ohio State?
I don't.
Number two.
I don't. I call it like
when I say this, I get pegged as like I'm the negative guy.
I think if you just go
negative?
off of recent history, or really the beginning of the time, like, they run the ball successfully. The team that run the ball the most successfully wins championships. I think
totally
Ohio
agree.
State has figured out the passing attack, but they still got to figure out the rushing attack. And last year they had those two backs that made the difference.
All right, I'm trying to tell you right now, I feel like this team they have a chance to get there running the ball. They're not doing it well now. I'm glad Ryan Day said, we got a bye week coming up. We're on the road against Wisconsin. Why am I going to make this game unnecessarily close? Let's just go out there, establish in the first quarter. We're up by 17. Yeah, then try to run the ball a bit. They didn't score any in the second quarter. There were times where certainly they tried to run the ball more and it didn't work. But I'm just saying they took what was there and said, great, we'll just get a big lead. This game won't ever be in doubt. And then we'll move on. And then we can work on stuff. And now they have time to fix the running game is what I'm saying. They need to do it. They need to do it.
I'm not in panic mode or anything that. I fully believe that they will figure something out. My personal opinion, I think you got to be able to have a good balanced attack. And you got to be able to run the ball effectively.
But let's not make this Ohio State team something they aren't. And I feel like in games past, when that Michigan game comes up, the idea is we have to beat Michigan in a way that isn't really what this team is good at. This team is great at explosivity, if that's even a word, explosiveness.
There you go.
This team is a Ferrari, and Michigan is always a dump truck, and yet Ryan Day at times feels like he wants to do a tug of war with the dump truck. Don't do that. Just get in a drag race with them, not in a tug of war. And I feel like that's what I saw in this Wisconsin game was the offense came out and said, we're the Ferrari. Good luck, Wisconsin. Try to stop this. And they couldn't. And then eventually, yes, you work on things, all that. You got to get better running the football. You got to fix the right side of your offensive line. It's not up to championship level. But I watched a lot of college football this weekend, and I got to tell you, of the teams they're going to play when they get to the college football playoff, there's not a lot of great defense in college football this year. There are not a lot of elite defenses out there. You have the best defense in college football. So go up against them every week, and you'll be better off than 90% of these teams you go against.
Are you guys in any way concerned that this team will be somewhat untested going into Michigan and then games after that? Is that any type of concern to you?
Yeah, but I don't know what you can do about it.
Yeah, what do you mean untested?
Because they're not playing anybody that's good. It's no fault of their own.
That right there is what Ryan Day. That's why he keeps saying like, I got to stay on these guys because
he knows the schedule sucks.
Yeah.
You're playing a lot. Dude, Penn State's supposed to be a big test for you. It will be a shock. Penn State lost to Iowa this week. It will be a shock if Penn State's offense can manage more than 10 points against this defense. And I think Ohio State's offense can manage Penn State's defense can still play. None of these guys transferred yet. Right? I mean, they're still there.
They about to.
Right, but you know what? They have circled on their calendar, we got to go beat Ohio State and show that we can do that. Like a lot of these players, that's an individual thing, not a team thing. But they want to go try to do that. And then after that's over, then their season's mostly done at that point. It's the only thing they have left to look forward to.
They're going to need our guy Ethan not to throw them 2 picks. So
right, What's his name? Grunkmeyer?
Ethan Grunkmeyer.
Yeah, that guy.
They wore those if shirts, though, T-Bone.
Yeah. If
I don't know what it means.
I don't know either.
But they wore them.
If you keep losing, you will be further embarrassed.
It was if we lose to Iowa, I'm hitting the portal.
That's right. All right, 2 minutes away. We will talk a little NFL. The Browns got it done in what I was told were just unmanageable outdoor weather conditions, but somehow somebody managed to play football yesterday. We'll talk about it in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Well, for folks who live over in Westerville, heads up here. I do want to let you know about a ramp closure starting tonight. So it's going to be that 71 northbound ramp over on the north side to 270 in that eastbound direction. Completely restricted tonight, starting at 11 o'clock and ending really at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. So as for the detour, definitely use Polaris Parkway to get to where you want to go. Take 71 northbound up there towards Polaris. Get off at that first exit, loop back on to 71 in that southbound direction, and eventually that will get you eastbound on 270. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Victor's Home Solutions. Schedule your free 21-point roof and window inspection today at victors.com.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF. NewmanRoofing.com.
Does your vehicle need maintenance, but you don't have time? Krieger Ford's got you covered. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or we come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey guys, it's Bobby Carpenter here. Are you feeling low energy, trouble focusing, less interest in the things you used to enjoy? How about this? Less strength. It could be low testosterone. Affinity Whole Health is offering free labs to check your testosterone levels. These labs, they're normally $99, but in the month of October, they are free. Sign up now at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Learn why I and thousands of other men trust the experts at Affinity Whole Health. Go to feelgreatcolumbus.com and feel like yourself again.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Tyvis played in some of the biggest stadiums in the world. T-Bone has eaten some of the biggest pizzas in the world. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. You can hop in the YouTube chat as well. YouTube. Just go search 971 The Fan. Click on T-Bone and Tyvis. You'll be right there. Had a few people bringing up that I need to give the Colts their flowers. All right. Congratulations on beating Jim Harbaugh, who I think is an overrated NFL coach at this point. I think we give him too much credit. But Colts are now, what are they, 6-1? 7-1? What's the record?
6-1.
All right, whatever. They played one of the weakest schedules in the NFL, but you know what? They're winning those games. They're winning those games. That's fine. They are obviously playing great. I am a little concerned with crowning them the champions of everything in October, but yeah, like they're probably making the playoffs. I'll give them that. They have a very winnable schedule the rest of the way out. Yeah, they do. They are probably going to do that. And I'll give them credit for that because I didn't see that. I didn't have that on my bingo card with Daniel Jones leading the way.
I wonder, is Jonathan Taylor or Daniel Jones in the MVP conversation?
We just last week I brought up Jonathan Taylor should be in that conversation. I understand why that is, but I do think it's going to be.
He plus 5,000. They said he's potentially going to win the Triple Crown in rushing.
Right. I'm saying I think
plus 5,000.
Anybody who's not a quarterback, it's tough. And plus the fact Daniel Jones is also playing well probably hurts his chances. But yeah, I'll give them all their flowers on. They are winning against a weak schedule.
He is the first non-quarterback as far as odds go.
There you go. How many other people ahead of him, though?
Probably a billion.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
Mahomes is the favorite. Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Drake May, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, then Jonathan Taylor.
Right, exactly. All right, so moving on to the Browns. They get it done against the Dolphins, 31-6 in a rainy, windy game you won't see in a couple years in Cleveland because they're going to put it all in a dome. It's going to look, it's going to be nice and warm. And then what?
Love that.
Then Miami would have came in and won that game if it was in a dome.
I mean, I don't know. I look at it as, look, I have two thoughts on this. One is that you could tell those two coaches, one of them has made peace with the fact that they're getting fired, and that's Mike McDaniels.
Dead man walking.
It's over for him. He's done. He knows it. They know it. You see his post-game press conference. He gives the post-game press conference.
Everybody is fully expecting today at some point Adam Schefter to say he's been relieved of his duties.
Yeah, that's it. He is on. I would say most Dolphins fans are on. It's a refresh day for them. Where every 5 minutes you're refreshing your phone. Did they fire him yet? Did they fire him yet?
What's sad about that is that I forgot that one of their coaches is a guy that I played with by the name of Deshaun Shedd.
Okay.
So I was sitting in the press box and at halftime, if you're in the press box, all the coaches that's in the box take off sprinting because they got to get down to the locker room.
Oh, right. So
he saw me and he said, you know what, I'm gonna get you on my way back. So when he came back up, we sat there and talked for a little bit, and then he texted me after the game, and I was just asking him, how was he doing, blah blah blah. he said that, I understand that what's going on. I know what's out there. He said,
I think everyone understands what's out there.
I just hope that I'm still in Florida.
Sure enough, right?
So even the coaching staff know that they
yeah, it's a tough deal.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think what's interesting to me is, and what tells the story of this game, like Dylan Gabriel threw the ball for 116 yards.
13 or 18, I believe.
Quinshon Judkins had a nice day. 3 touchdowns on the day, but he only ran for 84 yards. You know why? Because the Browns kept getting short fields because they had a bunch of turnovers. Tua Tagovailoa gave them the ball 3 different times.
Yep.
I mean, that is a recipe for failure. There's no way you can really slice it any other way. But I think with Kevin Stefanski in that group, there are a lot of people I think that saw this and go, yeah, this gives the Browns hope. And I understand that. As a fan watching it yesterday, I lived in the moment. I was very happy to just watch my team win against a bad team. But big picture, does this help the Browns? Probably not. It probably doesn't. It probably would help more if they knew we need to get rid of Kevin Stefanski. It would help more if they had a better draft position. But yesterday, I didn't care. I watched my team play in the slop, and they won. And I liked it. I liked my team winning that game.
I think that when you look at the Browns, to me, the biggest problem is the culture. And it was sad because I was listening to pregame, we played Grant Delpit, and he was talking about how they haven't won. He don't even know what winning feels like anymore.
Right.
And
I remember we had that quote last week.
That's the problem right there. That when you get to that point, it's done. So it was good to see them actually get the win, to see what it's like to win a game, because this thing could downward spiral. Again, you look at the schedule.
Let's look at it, Tyvis. Hold up, Tyvis.
I'm just saying.
2.5 games out. 10 games left.
In all seriousness,
some guys claim they're addicted to pornography. Tyvis is addicted to looking at schedules. He can't help himself. Every 5 minutes, he's got to open up the app and look.
In all seriousness, when you look at the AFC, all I'm gonna tell you is some of the teams that you thought would be dominant is starting to struggle a little bit. So it makes it like, okay, you go out and you win a couple. I'm just saying.
Can we say though?
I'm just saying.
Let's be real about the schedule. Let's be real about the schedule, because I'm with you. I like to look at it too.
Look at it.
But when you look in college football at the schedule, you can look at some schedules and go, wow, they really play a bunch of nobodies.
They got the Patriots, the Jets. Will Lamar be back for the Ravens game? I don't know.
Hang on. When you look at
Raiders.
Hang on.
I'm just saying that these next 4 games.
When you look at college football schedules, there are teams you can look at and go, wow, they play 5 top 25 teams the next 5 weeks. That's a gauntlet. That's tough. Then you look at another team and go, wow, they play a bunch of teams who have either fired their coaches or they've won 2 games. That's an easy schedule. You know what the NFL is designed to do is make you look at the schedule and go, well, that team's kind of like a middling 500 team. Yeah, 90% of them are. There's 5 good teams, 5 awful teams, and then the rest of it is soft and middle and gooey. And that's right. You're looking at this like any other fan base would say, well, if they play like they did against the Dolphins, we could beat possibly that Patriots team. They didn't look great yesterday. Hey, the Jets are trash. Ravens, they're missing their star quarterback. You're right. You could do that with this because the NFL's designed to have a bunch of teams that go 9-8, 8-9, 7-10, 10-7, and that makes you feel confident you could be with those teams. The Browns should not feel like that. The Browns should feel like a team that's lucky to win 5 games.
T-Bone.
That's this team.
The next 4 weeks is just going to be interesting. That's all
I'm not fighting Tyvis on this anymore. I'm embracing his optimism now. I'm going to tell him to pull up the schedule more often now.
I want somebody to tell me to put the crack pipe down, because the last time that was mentioned, that person turned out to be correct.
Yeah, that's fine.
The Patriots are 5-2, though, and I think they were playing with their food a little bit with the Titans, and the Titans and the Browns are probably of similar talent level, okay?
Yeah.
And the game is in Foxborough.
I think they're losing that game. But I'm just saying you can. There's
but what
enough,
about after that? That's fine.
Let me give you a team right here. Let me give you a schedule. Let me give you a schedule to play your game to show you how wrong you are for doing this. What if I told you there's a team in the NFL that's about to go play the Raiders, the Texans,
That's a tough one.
the Chargers,
could be tough,
the Cardinals, and the Titans.
There's two wins out of all
at
that.
least 3 wins there, and maybe
two.
more. The Raiders, and then who else?
And the
Cardinals and
Titans.
Titans. Cardinals are not a winnable game.
The Cardinals didn't they just take somebody to the wide? Green Bay.
They did with a backup quarterback.
Who won that game?
That was fluky.
Who won the game?
The Packers did.
Okay.
Because Jacoby Brissett, I think, threw one out of the end zone at the end of that game. But the point I'm making is, you know what team has that schedule? The Jacksonville Jaguars. Would anyone say they have a chance at any of those games if you watched them play yesterday? No. They looked like trash yesterday.
I just told you
that schedule gives them
2 guarantees.
Yes, because the schedule is built like this, where you can go 500 because the NFL is built on parity. So what I'm saying is every team, no matter how bad you looked yesterday or how good you looked, you could say, well, hey, we're in all these games. We can win these games.
The thing I care about the most is in December, when they put the graphic up in the hunt. I just want to see that orange helmet. That's it. I just want to see that orange, that orange helmet in there. I will smile.
I want to see the graphic that's like the Browns are in line for a top 3 pick. That's what I want.
Already mathematically eliminated.
That's a loser's mentality.
I am just dealing with the cards that are dealt, my friend.
If
you're dealt a 3 and a 2,
win you the division.
Listen, if you are playing poker and you get a 3 and a 2, you got to hope no aces fall. You got to hope you get another 2 and another 3 so you can play 2 pair, because that's all you've got.
This is the thing.
That's the Browns right now. They're hoping to get a top 3 pick.
The Browns can't do
a 2
nothing,
and a 3.
But they got to take this thing 1 week at a time. Right now, the Patriots is all they should think about. The Patriots.
Sure.
That's
it. Fine.
Forget the Jets. Forget the bye week. All you should think about is the Patriots.
I'm literally
Vrabel
watching.
Was just in that locker room just last year.
I'm watching that Jags game yesterday going, more. Like I was Kylo Ren. More. Like I want the Jags to lose every game because that could be a top 10 pick. And then I need the Browns to lose the rest of these games. Beat the Dolphins, fine. But then I need you to lose the rest of these games so we can get 2 top 10 picks, because this team is not good and they know it. They may have some future talent, but they're not there right now. My favorite NFL conspiracy theory continues to gain traction. Talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, folks, we are noticing our first crash of the morning, and it's happening over by Grandview Heights. It's that 315 southbound direction at 670 westbound, where left lane is currently blocked out there. We do have a live look at the scene. Again, 315 southbound, pretty restricted this morning. Looks like the left lane and the left shoulder are now blocked right now. Looks like 1 first responders on scene, as well as emergency personnel. So if you're passing this area, do be mindful of this active situation going on this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Columbus Aesthetic and Plastic Surgery. Visit experiencecaps.com today and use code TYVISCAPS for $1,000 off a neograft treatment.
Don't more, you're kind of hero.
In Columbus, how you roll up on game day matters. And with Polestar are redefining the driving experience. The Polestar 3 isn't just an electric SUV. It's an SUV that drives like a sports car. Precise, powerful, silent enough to hear the crowd before you see the stadium. Drive it today at Polestar Columbus, or visit polestarcolumbus.com for a test drive and to learn about our competitive lease offers.
College. A time to broaden the mind, question, learn. A time to challenge the status quo and eat a ridiculous amount of pizza, which you can buy with your Huntington Bank debit card with the Ohio State University logo. Huntington Bank is proud to be the official consumer bank of The Ohio State University and the unofficial bank of pizza. Let's go Bucks! Let's get more for money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. After years of playing college and NFL football and always searching for that edge to keep my body right, to make sure I was always in peak physical condition, I was getting beat up. I was getting older, and I needed something to help me out. And that's something, well, I didn't want it to be surgery. And so I went to see my friends at QC Kinetics. I brought my dad with me. I needed my knee helped, so did he. And they did a great job. They helped use our own body's biologics to heal us. So we went there, we talked to Dr. Ray Tesner. He's the founder of Grant Sports Medicine. So you know that he knows what he's talking about. And you don't have to have surgery. There's no knife. It's a simple injection, not a hospital stay. It's fast and it's all natural. So whether it's back, knees, hips, shoulders, they've got you covered. Call QC Kinetics today for a free consultation with Dr. Ray Tesner and his team. Look beyond that same old remedy that you've been looking for. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544 or go to qckinetics.com/Columbus today.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle. Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score.
Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up, you get early payout on parlays too. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. An app only.
Looking to get your roof or siding replaced this fall? Call the company that delivers an excellent customer experience every time. Newman Roofing. Don't wait. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Dormar, your climate hero. When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Morning Juice is live on YouTube. Weekday mornings starting at 6. Or on demand whenever you want it. Yeah, whenever. Bobby Carpenter's at your beck and call. And Tito's there too, you know, to clean the toilets. Head to YouTube and subscribe today. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Two men who both know the value of a good hat.
You're bald.
This is Bone and Tyvis.
Tell you, I got up this morning and I walked outside and I instantly said, it's cold. I don't like 40. I know some of you live for like 40s and rain and damp, and it's good because we live in Columbus, Ohio. We have a lot of those days. But if you're like me and maybe the cold is not your favorite thing, maybe even if you like the cold outside, you don't like it in your house, you need to check on those windows, because if you sit near your windows and you feel that cold air coming in, especially in the winter when you're pumping the heat, trying to keep your house warm, your windows could be one of the reasons that is not working right for you. You got to get replacement windows from Window Nation if you want to fix that problem, and they can help you because they have some of the most energy efficient windows in the business. Right now, they got a great deal too. Through October, make no payments for 2 years, no monthly payments, no down payment, no interest until 2027. Plus, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. So that is unlimited amount of windows. You can buy 4, get 4 for free, buy 6. You know how numbers work. The point is it keeps going. If you buy 2, you get 2 for free. Every 2 you buy from Window Nation this month, you get 2 for free. So check them out today. Schedule your fast free estimate now with the pros at Window Nation. Just go to windownation.com. Set up the appointment. They'll come out, and when they install the windows in your house, they can usually have it done in 1 day because they employ some of the best installers in the business. Best windows, best installers. That's all at Window Nation. windownation.com to get that deal today.
Let me tell you right now, my producer for the Big Ten is a hater.
Oh? Because you do Big Ten tailgate.
Yeah, he a hater. So
why do you say this?
Because when we showed the show, so we were doing the interview with the Indiana basketball players. So we did the interview.
I saw this.
Everybody's mad about my Giannis take, which is funny because if you know me for like the past, 10 years, I've been saying the same thing.
10 years you've been saying Giannis is the GOAT?
Yes.
Okay.
10 years?
Your producer on this show is also about to be a hater, but go ahead and continue.
See what I'm saying?
For people who didn't see this clip, just so people know, you were talking with those players. I forget who the 2 guys were, but you brought
Tatum and Tucker.
Okay, so you brought up to them, you said, who is the GOAT and why is it Giannis, essentially? And they both went, Giannis Antetokounmpo? Like, as if there was another Giannis, because they're like, are we sure? They were not having it. They did not feel that take the way you felt it.
That's fine.
You stood with what you said.
And then Tyvis said, You got a problem with that?
That's a fact. What's the problem?
Bullying kids.
That's irrelevant to this. Okay.
Yeah, that was a bit of a boomer move from you to be like, you kids don't understand.
This part,
you don't know about
that
Giannis.
part is irrelevant to this story.
All right, fine. So
after we got done with the interview, they wanted to play bison, which is horse. They call it bison because that's their mascot.
I forgot. Yes, if you didn't catch this, Indiana has like resurrected a 50-year-old mascot or 70-year-old mascot, something like that. For some reason, they had a bison mascot at Indiana. I don't know why, but let them live. So,
yes.
Okay, so they play bison,
yes,
even though they're Hoosiers.
Yes.
Whatever.
So we played that. We played horse, essentially, and my producer put in all, like, my missed shots. But what he didn't mention on the show, or what wasn't mentioned on the show, is I won the game.
You beat two Indiana basketball players,
and
of course.
I wanted their coach to know that if they need somebody to come off the bench, let me know. Because I was starting to hit step backs and all that. Like, it started to, look, the shot was coming on. So, I just wanted to make sure that for people out there driving, for y'all, knowledge, I did beat two D1 on scholarship Indiana basketball players in bison. So there you go.
That is good for you.
Everybody looking like
good for you.
They're my own site producers. Like, who won the game? And I'm like, me. And she gonna go, look. Did Tyvis really win? Yes, I did.
You know what? Let me tell you, we need to make sure we get that. I need you to find that footage, that beautiful bean footage, and we need to get that for when Ohio State plays Indiana, just in basketball, so we can run that out there and say, hey, look. A former football player went out there and beat two of your guys.
Just saying.
So we have to.
They better listen. We can't get it done against Indiana. I don't know what to tell us.
It's going to be. I hope we can.
I know a Reaction Monday is not the time or the place for this, but Tyvis needs to answer for multiple sins.
That's fine.
Had on the air on national TV on Saturday. He had me throwing stuff around in my house. My kid's like, "Daddy, what's wrong?" And I'm like, "My coworker's pissing me off." Yes. That's what's happening right now.
Wait.
So
outside of the Giannis thing, what else?
One of the things you said where they asked you who was the best mascot in the Big Ten or in college football.
In the Big Ten, and he doesn't have Brutus as number one.
I had the Duck was one.
Why?
His head fell off the other day.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Puddles the Duck?
He should have been number 2 on the list easily.
Brutus.
Yes.
Brutus
is
the best mascot in
Duck
sports.
is better.
The Duck is not better. The Duck is a Donald Duck ripoff.
The Duck is funnier. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
I'm just telling you.
He's having segments named after food he doesn't eat.
Well, I forgot. He also had Be Like Tyvis, which is BLT is what they were calling that. Which
what's wrong with that?
Because you don't like bacon.
That's not all. Who said that I didn't like bacon?
Does a cheeseburger need bacon on it?
No.
Yes. See, you're wrong.
No,
incorrect.
It does not.
It always does.
Bacon is like cheese. All it does is it's something that's unnecessary. The food is good without it, but people add it because we are. What's the word I want to say? We are we overdo
stupid.
Things.
I want to do this where I have the sound cut up of the things he said.
You know what?
And then he answers for this.
Maybe you know what, Dylan? Maybe we're being too harsh.
No.
No. Maybe tomorrow we need to put Tyvis on trial and let a jury of his peers, which would be the audience in this case. Maybe we need to let them weigh in on this because you're right. Today we've got a lot of stuff.
They hear me out and they would be like, I understand where he's coming from.
I just want to look and see. I bet the YouTube chat, I bet they don't have your back on this.
Well, I'm sure they will.
How could the Duck be better than Brutus? I'm still stuck on that. Brutus is great.
Have you ever interacted with the Duck?
I don't care.
Oh, well, then that's why you think that.
No, I have. I've seen
that right there tells me why you think that.
No.
If you've ever interacted with the Duck, you'll be like, yeah, this dude's hilarious.
I've seen Puddles go on like McAfee or on College Game Day and hold up the signs. It's like, yeah, I too have been on college football Reddit. I could easily just copy some phrases from that and put them up on national TV.
You know what, y'all?
Brutus has his own lane.
Y'all live in y'all own biases.
And
y'all have blinders.
That's right.
On. Y'all
I'm gonna
see
call
Brutus. Y'all see Brutus and y'all just truly want to just put him above everybody else. It's cool. Now, I was upset that Brutus was 3. There's no way Sparty's better than Brutus. So that was cap. And I said that in the group chat when they put it out. Like, this is cap that y'all got him 3. That is what I did have a problem with, but the duck was number one.
I just want to say, you trying to put your biases aside, I feel like the next thing you're going to do is come in here and lecture all of us about how we're too mean to Ryan Day, and then you're going to bring your dog into work and have your dog be on the broadcast instead of your grown sons. Anyway, Kirk Herbstreit, Tyvis Powell, welcome. Congratulations.
One thing I'm not going to
go fly on your PJ to another event. Please.
One thing I'm not going to do ever, as a person that's supposed to get rid of biases, is not understand why fans feel the way they feel. I totally understand.
You can be perfectly biased when it comes to Brutus Buckeye. I get it if you want to be fairly acknowledging the football team, but come on, we can take Brutus and be like, that's our guy.
I can't believe you don't believe the duck is better.
I don't.
The duck is way
Duck's
funnier.
good. By the way,
way funnier.
Duck is top three, I would say. Also, where was Purdue Pete or Boilermaker Pete or whatever his name is?
He didn't make the list.
He's terrifying. That's the Halloween costume they should sell more of. Those dead eyes just staring at you with that giant chin and the sledgehammer. Imagine that waking up at 3 a.m.
You don't like Puddles, huh?
Puddles is again, if Donald Duck, off-brand Temu Donald Duck is great, but at some point you need to be original. Is all I'm saying. Phil Knight, you got money. Remember when they tried? Did you know about that? You should go look up the alternate Oregon mascot. They tried to do a new version of the duck. That's I'm not kidding you. It had a Lycra bodysuit and a futuristic aerodynamic duck helmet, and it was the worst looking thing ever. They tried it for a few years or a few months. It got rejected. And so they went back to Puddles because they have no original ideas at Oregon other than what if we vomited on our uniforms? That's what it looks like every week.
Dang.
Yeah.
You know who never needed to change the mascot? The Buckeyes, because Brutus is timeless.
Well, the original Brutus, I think, was just a giant ball.
Again,
he's evolved.
Wait a minute.
He's evolved. He's never changed.
Have you interacted with Puddles?
No.
Okay,
and I'm starting to think you've never interacted with Brutus.
Why y'all
that's what I'm starting to think.
Yeah, Brutus is great. Have you ever interacted with Brutus?
It makes sense why y'all feel the way y'all feel. If y'all have never interacted with him, then that's why
he can't even
understand.
keep his head on, Tyvis.
Okay. All right.
That's even funnier.
Listen.
That makes it even more funnier.
I didn't even get to my NFL conspiracy theory, and I'm glad I didn't, because this was better. We had to talk about you being crazy and the fact we're ignoring
on national television.
All right. So
First of all, y'all act like I single-handedly picked these.
You did.
This was a group project.
You should have stood up more for
it. They asked us, send your top 5 mascots in, and they looked at it and they got some math involved and figured that that's the order that came out. The reason why Brutus wasn't 2.
You didn't vote him number 1,
The only reason Brutus wasn't 2 is because Brock left him off at the top 5, period.
Okay.
And that's a shame.
It's a shame that you didn't vote him number 1.
We may have to have this trial tomorrow because I have so much more to say. But we have an NFL conspiracy theory that I have perpetuated that is gaining ground. We've talked about that. And wild finishes in the NFL. Talk about those next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
For those who commute or live over in Grandview Heights, do be mindful we are seeing some bridge work starting tonight. It's going to be on that 33 eastbound ramp to 670 eastbound. It will be Monday and Tuesday night as well, an earlier start time too, 8 p.m. and lasting till about 6 a.m. that next morning. So do be mindful again, Monday and Tuesday. As for the detour, not too bad. Take 33 eastbound past that ramp over to Grandview Avenue instead. Head southbound, and that gets you back where you want to go, eastbound on 670. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan traffic sponsored by Hydrate Me Med Spa. Next level wellness, 5-star IV and aesthetic treatments. Look great, feel great. 4 locations in Central Ohio. Book your drip at hydratememedspa.com.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Toyota West. And with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of 0 down and 0 payments until 2026. And every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. Offer expires 10/31. No payments for deferred payment. Interest accrues at time of inception with approved credit.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
At Retail Rush, you can find name brand products at unbeatable prices. We source products from big box stores and auction them online starting at $5. Get up to 90% off retail prices on home decor, lawn and garden, and more. Bid now at retailrush.com.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED and low T can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 614-300-7400. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, low T, Peyronie's, size, and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic workouts and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 614-300-7400 or book in 30 seconds or less at ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Saving money on interior stains now at Menards. Provide exceptional color to your staining project with Minwax Color Series. It's perfect for completing your projects faster while offering rich color. Get a quart of Minwax Color Series wood stain on sale now through October 26th. Save big money on Minwax wood stains. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, I'm Laura De Leon, president of Key Bank in Central Ohio. Here at Key, we believe in providing a helping hand in our community. While helping hands are wonderful, a helping bank is even better. That's a bank committed to solving people's financial needs, but it doesn't stop there. We advocate, we support, we listen, and we volunteer. That's a bank that is always ready to meet you in the moment. Key Bank opens doors.
Key Bank, member FDIC.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
I need a small order of sheet metal to repair something in the shop. It's not much, but can you help me out?
At Metal Supermarkets, no order is too small.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What about small home projects?
Yep.
For a car I'm working on?
Yep.
Any kind of metal?
Yep.
Cut to size?
Yep.
With no minimum order?
Yep.
How about 1,000 cut pieces of aluminum flat bar?
Yep. Choose from over 8,000 types, shapes, and grades of metal in any quantity you need. And yes, we're serious. Any metal, any size, ready fast. Locally owned on Wilson Road.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of our specialties here at Pella Wilson is getting rid of old, smaller windows with no view and replacing them with huge, beautiful windows that can change the look and feel of your home.
We tried that once, but we cut the hole a bit too big, so we had to put in a garage door instead in their dining room.
Wilson.
Didn't improve the view, but they do have a drive-through now, so you're welcome, Gruball family.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
It doesn't matter what they have to climb over, walk through, or move out of the way. All you have to do is point.
If it's under the house, in the attic, or in the top of a tree, all you have to do is point.
If it's broken, if it's heavy, if it cannot be explained, all you have to do is point.
We're sending you an expert truck team from the world's largest and most highly trained
full-service junk removal company.
So please, don't try to help them.
To see the magic,
all you have to do
is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cleveland Browns hosted the Miami Dolphins for a rainy game at Huntington Bank Field. Former Buckeye running back Quinshon Judkins ran for 84 yards and 3 touchdowns yesterday as the Browns went on to win comfortably 31-6. The Browns will travel to Foxborough to play the New England Patriots on Sunday. On Saturday, the Ohio State Buckeyes took care of business up in Madison and beat the Badgers 34-0. Julian Sayin led the way, throwing for 393 yards and 4 touchdowns. The Scarlet and Gray have this week off before they play Penn State at home November 1st. This update was sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. In the spirit of Halloween, Awaken 180 is offering free consultations all month long. Call 844-346-1800. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut. Minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Jackets get a big victory over the weekend on Saturday night. We will talk to Bob McCalligan, the radio voice of your Columbus Blue Jackets, coming up at 7:17. 8:30, we will talk with our guy Joshua Perry. We will have all of his discussion about Buckeyes, college football. I don't know, maybe we'll get him to weigh in on mascots and find out who he thinks the best mascot is in college football.
I guarantee you he's not going to put Puddles over Brutus.
We'll find out.
We'll see.
We'll have to ask him. You can't text him and ask him to side with you.
I ain't going to say anything to him. I'm dying to hear his answer, too.
Good.
He might not be a Brutus guy.
You never know. The Vikings, they have held off on a long-term quarterback decision. So yesterday against the Eagles, it came out, it's kind of like over the weekend, that Carson/Pete Wentz was going to start at quarterback for the Vikings. And unfortunately for them, that did not work out well. Eagles ended up winning that game, although it was a decent game, but Eagles were kind of in control, it seemed like, for most of it. And Jalen Hurts able to throw the ball down the field suddenly again. Go figure. Like, this Eagles offense isn't just tush pushes and that's it. They still have an offense. Surprisingly, they can still move the football, and they won this game on the road. But what I find interesting about this, and you know my conspiracy theory when it comes to J.J. McCarthy, 2024 first-round pick, who I believe is like...
You saying he a bust before his career even starts?
Well, I'm not saying he's a bust. I'm saying I think the Vikings... My conspiracy theory is that the Vikings don't want to play him because they are afraid of how bad he is. And they saw it in 7 of the 8 quarters of football he's actually played in actual NFL games that he is bad. So the news when he first sprained his ankle was he's going to be out a couple weeks, right? Couple weeks, he'll be out. He's going to come back. He'll be fine. No worries about this long term. They just need a couple weeks. And yet every time they talk about his injury, Kevin O'Connell always brings up like, well, we don't want to mess him up. You know, he really didn't have a lot of practice that one week where he looked so awful in their second game because his child was born that week, so he wasn't in practice much. So we don't want to do wrong by the player. We want to make sure we give him every opportunity to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
So it always sounded like, yeah, it's the ankle, but it's also this other stuff where he doesn't seem to know the playbook despite now being there for the better part of 2 years. But also, now it came out over this weekend, and Adam Schefter actually brought this up. He said, yeah, you know what? He's going to be out this week. He's going to miss, I think they play Thursday this week coming up. Or whatever the game is this next week, he's going to miss that game. And then probably 2 weeks from now, that is the target date for him to go start. So this ankle injury that was supposed to keep him out for 2 weeks is now going to keep him out for like 6 weeks. And Schefter actually came on the air and said, yeah, this whole time it's really been a 6-week injury. It's really never been like a 2-week injury. And it's like, but you, among other people, reported that it was a 2 to 4 week injury. So,
well, them ankle sprains is different. If it's a high ankle sprain, 6 weeks is like 4 to 6 weeks is usually the timetable.
I agree with you. However, the guy they are currently running out there has a shoulder injury. And now it's not his throwing shoulder, but they are putting Carson Wentz out there despite having an injury.
He Baker Mayfield and the thing.
Yeah. And what I'm saying is Carson Wentz is not a good quarterback. He is not someone you should be able to trust long term. And even the miracle worker of Kevin O'Connell cannot get him to look great right now. They would rather put old and busted Carson Wentz out there than the guy they spent a top 10 pick on who didn't play all of last year and now is, again, so delicate when it comes to an injury that we can't even try to push him back a little bit sooner because we don't want to rush his development. How long does this guy need to develop? There are guys that play 6 weeks in the NFL and are basically discarded as this guy's a bad quarterback. But with J.J. McCarthy, he's going to get all of last year where he was injured. Now he's got this year where he's got this phantom injury, in my opinion, that they are nursing because they know he's not ready to play because they know he can't read a defense. That's my conspiracy theory.
To add to your conspiracy,
oh my God,
he was the emergency third string quarterback for the game yesterday.
Wasn't even the backup.
If he's so hurt, why is he even dressed? Why is he even dressed if he's so injured?
Who was their backup quarterback yesterday? Because I saw
guy that
really
what?
Yeah, you really just said that.
He was third string guy.
Why? Why even dress him if he's hurt, Tyvis?
Because if the Carson Wentz goes down, the backup goes down, you don't have a quarterback.
Bone brought this up a couple of weeks ago. If Lamar Jackson is healthy enough to be the emergency third-string quarterback. You think they're dressing him and doing that, or you think they're just throwing him in as a starter at 85, 90%?
They probably dress him and put him as the starter.
Exactly. Same with all the other
emergency. No, is the
This is
emergency
because they don't think he's a starting quarterback, and I don't know how loudly I have to say it. They don't think he's a starting quarterback.
Y'all too. You know what? This is sad. I never thought I'd say this.
Go ahead.
I hope he come back and light it up. I do. I really do. Just so I can look at you that next day and say, what do you have to say for yourself? You talking about putting me on trial. I can't. I hope he light it up.
Well, it's because you want him to light it up because you hate Ohio State. Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. As I wear, you know what? I think I'm wearing a Brutus shirt.
You got your Brutus shirt on. You love Brutus. I thought you were to have a Puddle shirt under there. Maybe a J.J. McCarthy shirt under there.
You know what your problem is? You can't handle the truth, and that's sad.
I'm telling you,
the truth is that he was the emergency third-string quarterback yesterday. That's what the truth is.
I'm just.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
I firmly believe the Vikings would prefer to go get a new quarterback this year.
Well, if that's the case, they will draft one.
I know, but they have to right now pretend like they actually believe in J.J. McCarthy because they don't, like you've always talked about, you don't want guys to feel like there's no belief. They want to believe that they've got a quarterback there. But what they saw in that second game from him, I think scared Kevin O'Connell, and then he said, oh, good, he's got injury. Like, remember during the game, he didn't leave the game with an injury. He played the entire game, was able to finish that game. And then now he's got a 6-week injury that requires apparently he can barely walk, supposedly.
You know,
I'm just
this level of hate you have. It's unhealthy.
It's called. I'm looking at the facts and the things don't add up. I'm just investigate Minnesota Vikings.
It's almost unhealthy, T-Bone.
T-Bone was Pablo Torre before Pablo Torre was cool. Okay,
I'm going to sneak around and find out what Airbnb Kevin O'Connell stays at in the offseason.
The thing about JJ is I don't know. Even if he played this entire first year, I still don't know.
I know.
Because people just develop differently.
I know.
Now, if he stinks this entire year and he stunk next year, then that's what it is.
I think they're going to put him out there for a game. He's going to get mono. Or strep throat. What was it that who was our giant running back that the Browns had that got strep throat and was out and he lost? Remember, we lost Peyton Hillis, where he lost 47 pounds in a week because he had strep throat. That's going to be the next thing J.J. McCarthy's going to get, where he just keeps getting phantom injuries that you can't really pinpoint, but also keep him out mystery number of weeks until he can learn the offense, which will never happen. That's my conspiracy theory, and I'm sticking to it. Coming up next, Bob and Gilligan going to talk some Jackets with us. They get a win against Tampa over the weekend. We'll discuss that and more coming up. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Monday morning. We are noticing a couple of traffic alerts out there, and it really comes down to 2 crashes. We are still monitoring one over by Grandview Heights this morning. It's at 315 southbound direction at 670, and that westbound direction, left lane, still blocked this morning. We also have a crash that cleared up not too long ago, a little just south of Bexley over on the east side of the city. That was at 70 westbound direction, just past 33 where shoulders were restricted. But again, crews left the scene not too long ago. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
We're hiring commercial dock and door technicians at Capital Door Solutions in Columbus. Come to our job fair with on-site interviews Tuesday, November 4th, 2 to 6 p.m. No experience necessary. We will train motivated applicants to repair and install commercial doors. Hiring bonus up to $2,500. Health, dental, vision, and 401k. Capital Door Solutions. Apply in person Tuesday, November 4th, 2 to 6 p.m. Capital Door Solutions, 777 Dearborn Park Lane in Columbus.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $200 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyears and save up to $200 more.
See store for details.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Right now, save big on all Halloween candy. You can save 33% with your digital coupon. Selection varies by store. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Your game day headquarters is here at ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus, the only place to watch and win. Catch every play on more than 30 TVs and over 50 feet of video wall. Score tickets, signed professional and college sports memorabilia, and pen cash prizes. Join the watch parties for every home team game with a tailgate buffet and bucket specials. Plus, get official game day swag with every table reservation. Game day lives here, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Helping a new driver get ready for their road test? Here's a convenient new way to make the most of your 50 hours of required practice driving time. The Road Ready Ohio app, available now at no cost to new drivers and their families. Road Ready Ohio keeps track of your driving experience together, providing feedback and safe driving tips. It even generates the documentation you need for the Ohio BMV. The Road Ready Ohio app, free to download in the Apple and Google App Stores.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means you pick your wager. Will it be $1, $2, a crisp $20? Your call. Like picking your own numbers? Use any inspiration you like. Birthdays, jersey numbers, you name it. And if you don't feel like choosing, there's the Super Quick Auto Pick. With regular promotions that'll get you more bang for your Keno buck, multiple ways to win, prizes galore, and live draws every few minutes. Anytime is the right time to get in on the Keno action. Keno is always fun, your way. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
The Jackets hit the road for a battle with the Dallas Stars. Yay! More neon green. Live fan coverage starts Tuesday night at 7:30.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating and Cooling.
Your flagship home for the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Definitely need a couple layers this morning as wake-up temperatures in some spots in central Ohio could range from the mid to upper 30s to the low 40s. But this afternoon, plenty of sunshine in the forecast, just staying on the chilly side and could be breezy at times with highs in the low 60s. For tonight, mostly clear overnight and not as cold, with our lows getting in the mid to upper 40s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
The best thing about watching football this weekend? Talking football on Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. T-Bone and Tyvis present Talking Jackets. Talking Jackets.
There's a score! A turnover by the Islanders and Adam Fantilli. One more time. Puts it in the net.
To a look inside the world of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
Every Monday, we talk to our guy, the radio voice of your Columbus Blue Jackets. He is Bob McElligott, live on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Morning, Bob. Good win for the Jackets on Saturday night, and probably a good vibe down there in Nationwide Arena, I would presume, with the 25th anniversary celebrations, correct?
Yeah, T-Bone, it was a good vibe, and it was a good win. And I don't know how close you can get to desperation in Game 5 of a season and feel like it's a must-win, but it certainly did feel like that going into it. So it was it was good to get that win, close out that homestand, and get ready to hit the road today for a game tomorrow.
Yeah, you're right. That third period especially, because Tampa's coming in off the back-to-back. They're not a young team, I wouldn't say, Tampa. They're an experienced team, veteran team, but I think they had a big 3 or 4 day break after this. So my thought was if they can't close this one out, that's going to be frustrating because then this week the schedule doesn't get any easier. So it was good to see the Jackets when the time comes to kind of maybe grip that stick a little tighter. Maybe, you make a mistake. They didn't. They found a way to win that game.
I know. I felt it was kind of like the Steelers-Bengals game, where the Steelers scored and left too much time on the clock there.
Yeah.
The Blue Jackets break the tie early in the third, and I'm like, oh, well, this is great. It's great to play with the lead, but I know this Tampa team is really going to push, and they still have 17 minutes left to do it. So, yeah, you're right. It got a little hairy near the end there, but you know what? The guys stood tall. They did win a game. You mentioned Tampa was playing it back-to-back. I mean, really, those are the games you're supposed to win. When you're the team that's at home and the other team has played the night before and traveled, you're going to be in those situations at times. And, you're expected to win that game as the home team that's a little bit more rested. So they were able to do what they were supposed to do.
Bob, I've got a lot of flack today because I didn't say Brutus the Buckeye was the best in the Big Ten. So I want to ask you about Stinger. Is Stinger the best mascot in the NHL?
Of course.
Yeah, don't let him off the hook.
I say that about my own guy. What are you thinking? What's wrong with you?
Well, on a national TV, I got to be able to be unbiased. So, I had to say what I truly think, and it's Puddles for the Oregon Duck. I thought he was. Come on. Thought he was a little bit better. Come on. Anyways, that's irrelevant.
He did during the game.
Got to stand up for the Buckeye. I mean, I feel like I'm more of a Buckeye than Tyvis Powell. What happened? How did this happen?
We got to call a spade, Bob.
Yes.
All right, listen.
I've never seen Brutus lose his head. Go ahead.
That's exactly what Dylan said.
Exactly
Listen,
right.
They lost to the Avalanche 4-1, and then obviously coming back and getting a win against the Lightning. What was the difference in that game that you seen them play with against the Lightning opposed to the Avalanche?
They competed against the Lightning. They didn't wait to see what the Lightning was going to do. They basically told the Lightning what they were going to do in the way that they played against them. Against the Avalanche, they were way too passive. I mean, the Avalanche has some fantastic players, and they have guys that are going to come at you, and they're going to do it with a lot of speed, and that's fine, but you can't sit back and let them get to that speed and let them, kind of run your show in your building. And that's actually what happened on Thursday night. They did that. Now, when Tampa came in, it was a different story. They were in the face of the Lightning early on. There was a fight early on in that game. It was just a completely different mindset and attitude, and they just didn't have it on Thursday night. They didn't play tough enough against the Colorado Avalanche. They turned it around and did just that on Saturday.
Bob McElligott joining us on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. So you mentioned some of that toughness. Matthew Olivier got out there early in that game and said, let's throw down, let's make it happen. How much did that have something to do with how that was that like kind of more indicative of how this team wanted to play? And maybe that's not a symptom of causing the play to be this way, but that was a mindset before the game that someone had to come out and kind of make a move there.
Yeah, and it wasn't that somebody had to have a fight, quite honestly, but they had a guy on their team who's spent a lot of time in the American Hockey League and racked up a lot of penalty minutes there, and he basically went to Olivier during warm-ups and they discussed it, and there was going to be a fight, but the fight wasn't right away. There was aggressive play first, and then the fight. And I thought that really backed it up. And I mean, the guy that Olivier was going up against was 6'9", and he handled him well and he took him down. So that put more momentum on top of already playing aggressively and being in their face at the start of it. So yeah, it all played into it. You don't need to have a fight every single time to get to where you should be and how you should play as a team. But in that game, it kind of fortified the start that they already had, and then they just kind of went off of that.
Is Matthew Olivier ever going to turn down the fight?
No. No, he's not. And that's the thing, right? I mean, it's kind of that, if you want to use the word code or whatever, I mean, here comes a young guy and he's going and challenging that guy on the other side. First of all, Tyvis, to be honest with you, turn down a fight? No. Is he going to get offered many fights? I don't think he is, because there are more guys in this league that want to stay away from him when it comes to that part of the game than want to go at him. at that part of the game. So absolutely, he would never turn it down.
All right, let me ask you about Kent Johnson. I see he's got his first goal of the year. I know he's a guy that people think need to take that next step for this team to get to where they want to go. What did you see out of him? What do you think he need to work on?
Well, what he needs to work on, he's a small guy, and he's never going to be big. He's not going to be a bruiser, but he's just got to be a little bit more he's got to be tougher on the boards. And, I mean, he has to hold on to pucks a little bit longer. He can't be pushed off pucks as easily. And I've seen him get pushed off them easily. I've seen him hold on to them and battle through that. So, I've seen a little bit of both. To battle through it has to be more consistent for him. But, I really think with him, to be honest with you, is they're trying to find a line for him to play on. I don't think it's really hard to find. I think it's right in front of your face. I think it's playing with Adam Fantilli. He played with Adam Fantilli the other night. They both went to Michigan. They've got good chemistry. They've got a good friendship. They know each other well. They work together on the ice. I would imagine they'll be back together tomorrow night. I just think that's where he should be. I think you've got to put him somewhere where he can excel. I don't think you can put him in a third-line situation and, expect to get as much out of him as you can when you have him on the first or the second line. And I just think he and Fantilli are a really good fit. And I think with Boone Jenner on that line, it made a lot of sense because, Jenner's going to create enough room for those guys to find the space they're looking for. And on Kent's goal, that's exactly what happened. I mean, space was created. He took advantage of it, came down low, and then he was able to do what he does so well is use his hands and really kind of make the puck disappear behind the goaltender. So, that's what it is with him. I like his game. I think he's going to come along, and I think he's going to be just fine. And I hope he's found a spot in the lineup.
3 of the next 4 on the road for this team, Bob. And then obviously tomorrow night that starts in Dallas, which is another one of those teams that measuring stick type of game, they're going to be a tough opponent. How important is it for this team, would you say, given how they played against Colorado, to come out and say, all right, we're not going to let that happen again, regardless of the talent level or whatever else you want to talk about? You got to come out and play a little bit tougher in this game, right?
Yeah, there's no question about that. And it's funny, too, T-Bone, because I thought in Nashville, I thought they dictated the play. I thought in Minnesota, they dictated the play. When they came home in the first period on Monday against New Jersey, maybe they dictated the play. But other than that, I don't think that they did until Saturday. So my point is they've done it on the road 2 times. I expect them to do it again. They're going to have to do it again. It's another team that is star-laden. It's another team that is fast. If you want to slow them down, you do it by getting in their face the minute that they have the puck inside of their own zone. So, it's not going to be easy. I don't understand how Dallas is a standalone trip, by the way. I mean, how do you fly 2.5 hours to play a game and then fly home? It's stupid. And nobody ever asked me to make the schedule. But so no, there are a lot of things about it that aren't easy, but that's not an excuse. You got to go out, you got to play hard, and you got to do those same things you did against Tampa.
Well, we will be listening tomorrow night, 8 p.m. right here on The Fan. Coverage starts 7:30. Bob McElligott, voice of your Columbus Blue Jackets. Thanks for taking the time. We appreciate it. We'll talk again next week.
All right, guys. Thanks. Appreciate it.
There you go. Bob McElligott on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. So, that's going to be necessary. Jackets come off to a good start in that game. They have to do that. They play the Capitals at home on Friday, and then they're in Pittsburgh Saturday for a back-to-back with, of course, Pittsburgh, which we always know that game is tough no matter what the records are. So, the big week for them. They've got to get – I feel like you got to get 2 out of 3 here and just start to give yourself some positive momentum.
Isn't this Alex Ovechkin's last year?
I think that's right. It's been
where they put that on the season tickets, right? Didn't they sell tickets by putting him on there and everybody
probably
assumed
did
that this is his last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's because last year was the year he broke the record.
Yes.
And then this year was he wanted to get through that, play one more year. So
if you want to see him play.
I don't want. I don't care about that.
You don't want to see.
I want to watch my team beat Alex Ovechkin.
He's your team on Friday. I'm just saying.
I want to see my team beat him.
That's fine. Yes. But I'm just saying, if you wanted to see him play, he'll be in town Friday.
Yeah, that's good. And I hope you see him do nothing. I hope he is terrible.
That's fine.
They can't play him. I hope he gets out there and their coach is like, he's so bad. We can't even let him out on the ice. He's so terrible.
Then you'll get sued like the people suing LeBron.
You're right. All right, 2 minutes away. We had a lot of people suddenly wake up to the idea that Julian Sayin can actually play football, and he's pretty good. So how is he doing in the Heisman race? Now he's starting to get some hype. We'll tell you where he stands in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, I'm noticing more cars out there, and of course, that does come with some slowdown. Starting over on the east side, I do want to mention for folks in Bryce and Reynoldsburg, pretty slow moving, at least some congestion going on 70 in that westbound direction, just west of State Route 256, so do be mindful out there. And if you live in Canal Winchester and are thinking about stepping out the door right now, do be mindful. 33 westbound, of course, looking pretty slow out there. 24 miles per hour by Gender Road this morning, but of course gets a lot better once you pass that area closer to 270 in that direction. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Columbus, the Blue Jackets schedule is out. And you can lock in your seats with ticket plans starting at just 11 games. Don't miss a moment of the action. Visit BlueJackets.com.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of the biggest reasons people get new windows, Wilson, is that old windows make for an uncomfortable house with crazy high roller coaster energy bills.
Leslie, people love being uncomfortable on roller coasters. The ups, the downs, the gurgling in your stomach because you had 5 corn dogs before getting on.
Did that happen to you, Wilson?
What? No.
Get the windows that can completely change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces. And cracking. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Let's be real. Hair loss is something that a lot of guys deal with, but we really don't talk about it. And I wanted to get ahead of it. And Caps was the place that I trusted. Their reputation is strong. The team is experienced. And the whole vibe is modern, professional, and zero pressure. NeoGraft was comfortable. It's low maintenance. It fits right into my schedule without slowing me down. And I'm already seeing signs of progress. And it feels good knowing that I, Tyvis Powell, made a smart, confident choice. More men need to know that taking care of yourself isn't extra. It's normal, and Caps gets that. So visit Caps today at experiencecaps.com.
Julian saying, had a bit of a game up in Madison. 36 of 42, 393 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. One of the best weekends in college football, I would say. Watching a lot of college football, I would put his numbers up there in that game that he played with just about anybody that I saw this weekend. And you had it during the broadcast. People on Twitter, people on social media starting to say, wow, Julian's saying maybe he should get Heisman consideration. Well, if you had him earlier, good for you, because he's rocketing up the boards. So Fernando Mendoza, Indiana's quarterback, is currently your leader in the clubhouse as far as odds for the Heisman. He, 2 weeks ago, was at plus 600 odds for the Heisman. Now he's at plus 280. Part of this has to do with the fact that Carson Beck fell out.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I watched that Friday night, and I said, yeah, he just self-sabotaged himself. He threw like, what, he threw 4 picks? Yeah, like, dude, what are you doing?
And Miami lost. By the way, shout out to all the college football guys who just can't acknowledge Ohio State's the best team in the country right now. I don't know what it means when it comes playoff time. I don't know what it means when it comes playing Michigan, Big Ten championship game. I have no idea. Right now, Ohio State is the best team in college football, and it's not close. Now, that may change between now and January, but I don't know what the problem is. But there were so many people that were going, oh, my God, Miami's just better than Ohio State. Miami,
they definitely said that.
And what are we talking about? Like, Louisville clearly showed that was a fallacy. Carson Beck melted down. So now
Louisville got that receiver that's probably going to go first round. Was it Chris Bale or something?
Well, they also have that coach in Jeff Brom who has trouble beating the teams that are as good as or worse than him. But when it comes to playing like top 5 teams, he finds a way, no matter where he is, to win some of those games with guys that, whether he has guys or not, he finds a way to win those games. Anyway, so Carson Beck fell out of the rankings, so everybody moved up. Fernando Mendoza, like I said, plus 280 is the Heisman front runner right now. Ty Simpson from Alabama is at plus 300. He went from plus 350 to plus 300, so he's getting closer, but he's still second there. Julian Sayin, meanwhile, went from 14 to 1 odds to 4 to 1 odds, plus 400. So if you had Julian Sayin at 14 to 1 or larger, congratulations on that, because it is certainly looking like, if nothing else, he'll be in the running to make it to New York.
What has been his Heisman moment?
That's the problem he's going to have.
Everybody's
right?
like, "Oh, that's that's a Heisman moment."
He's not going to get a chance to do that probably until the Michigan game. At least as far as
that would be the game.
Look at it this way: if they play a close game between now and Michigan, like let's say in 2 weeks, Penn State ends up being close. I don't think it will, but let's say it is. Would that qualify as a Heisman moment, or will people look at that and go, "Oh my God, Ohio State almost lost to this hapless Penn State team that just lost again this weekend to Iowa"? I don't even know if there is a close game for the Buckeyes. Like if they play in a close game, unless it's that Michigan game, I don't think that'll be one that'll be judged favorably by most of college football. So you're right. I don't know how he gets a Heisman moment, but he has Heisman numbers. There's no question about that.
The Penn State thing, I'm not going to lie to you. It's kind of sad to watch.
I mean,
I know as a Buckeye fan, I'm like not supposed to care.
I don't feel any sadness.
It is kind of sad. Like, wow.
Not for me.
Y'all are really rock bottom.
Well, you've proven on this iteration of the show that you're not that big of a Buckeye fan, but you know who is? I am, because at October 4th at 11:34 p.m., I bet Julian Sayin at plus 1,400 odds to win the Heisman Trophy.
Look at you.
Yes. That was right after the Minnesota game. I was like, man, this kid looks good.
See, Dylan? That's why you love the Buckeyes.
That's
unlike
right.
Tyvis Powell, who voted for Puddles, the Oregon Duck, over Brutus Buckeye, and the greatest mascots in the Big Ten, and I don't understand. Other numbers, just so we have it real quick, and then we can get back to it. Notre Dame's Jeremiah Love went from plus 55 to 1 odds to 30 to 1 odds. That just shows you how hard it is for a running back to win this award these days, because he had a monster game against USC. And that would be a thing that I would think would qualify as Heisman moments, right? Where he played great in that game. Notre Dame not throttled USC, but pretty much controlled that game. And yet he doesn't even have like 10 to 1 odds. He's not even in the top 5 of odds here. Like, yeah, it just shows you how difficult that is. Jeremiah Smith, meanwhile, is at 35 to 1. So Jeremiah Smith's odds are worse than Jeremiah Love's, for whatever that's worth. So those are the two non-quarterbacks with the shortest Heisman odds. Whatever that's worth.
The perception of Julian and Ohio State as a whole, like you were mentioning earlier, is kind of weird. It's like people don't want to take the easy answer that Ohio State's the best team in the country and that their quarterback should win the Heisman, because I'm not saying this happens every year, but typically you get kind of like a quarterback or best player on the best team ends up winning the Heisman, and that's kind of why I threw my hat in the Julian Sayin ring when I did. But it seems like a lot of people in the national media, just for the sake of not giving a status quo answer. Like I saw Aaron Murray, former Georgia quarterback. He's been on Miami the whole year. Yes. And then when Miami lost, he said, "Congratulations, Indiana, on being the best team in the country." It's like, does Ohio State not exist in your world? Like, I don't understand why people, like, I think the answer is easy right now. I mean, Oregon was this last year, right? So it doesn't mean that it's a lock that Ohio State's going to win the national championship. But to say that they're not the best team in the country for the sake of saying it, it's odd to me.
I think that he's doing it just to be different.
That's what I think. A lot of that's the only reason.
I agree 100%.
Because it's like, what would make, I'll be just like every other person. Like, what I want to get clicks. I want people to view it. Like, I have to say something that's just different. Like, so that's probably why he's doing that. But I don't think, as good as Indiana has been this year, like, I don't know. It's not the whole. It's because it's the Hoosiers thing. I don't think that's it. Because I think if you feel that way, they will upset you. I still have my doubts about the trench play. That's
fair.
And they're really good in the trenches. But I don't know if when it comes to the Johns and the Joes, like, don't get me wrong. I understand that, they don't have the 5 stars and all of those things. They doing this with 3 stars and 4 stars and guys that
You're talking about Indiana, right?
Yeah, Indiana. But at some point, like, the God-given talent is going to have to be a thing. And when you go up against Ohio State, you're going up against a bunch of guys that have God-given talent. Oh, by the way, they have a really good development program as well. So, like, that's where I think, like, if everything holds chalk and Ohio State plays Indiana in the Big Ten championship, I think that we will see something similar to what we seen last year when Ohio State played Indiana.
Can I throw something at you? Because I was watching college football this weekend, and I feel like to this discussion about Ohio State, how the Big Ten just a little bit gets underrated. And I do think, like you said, a lot of people just don't want to say, well, 2 + 2 = 4. That's boring. So someone that gets more attention when they go, actually, 2 + 2 is 5. You didn't know that, but I did. It's actually 3 + 0. That's 4.
2 + 2 = 5 because that plus has something. So that's 5.
Right. That's what it feels like whenever people say, right now, Ohio State's not the number one team. Obviously, they're voted the number one team. They got the most votes in the AP. But I feel like I watched something with Arkansas. Have you guys paid attention to like Arkansas's season at all this year? I feel like it has something to say. It informs this Big Ten discussion a bit because Arkansas took Texas A&M to the wire in their game this weekend. And I think Texas A&M won. They won 45-42. Okay. Arkansas has fired their head coach. They are 2-5 in their record this year. They are 12th in the SEC. Okay. But I want to point something out to you. Arkansas has played Ole Miss to a 6-point game. They played Tennessee to a 3-point game. They played Texas A&M to a 3-point game. And I believe, that's their 3 losses that they have in the SEC. They've played 3 games and they've lost all of them.
That Taylor Green kid getting better and better every week.
Okay. But my point is they've played 3 SEC games. They played them all close. And so people look at that and go, Arkansas is really, they're not as bad as 2-5. And they were doing that, by the way, when Sam Pittman was there, their old head coach who got fired. But do you know the other 2 games they have as losses on their schedule that were not against SEC foes?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame was the one where they got blown out by 50.
Yeah.
And then they played Memphis and lost to Memphis by a point. Memphis is the only other team they have played close. All the other SEC teams they played them close. And people give them credit for that. But they undercut. And we do it too, right? Notre Dame lost a couple games. Notre Dame went in there and destroyed Arkansas. And my point is, I don't feel like we evaluate how the SEC is just a bunch of middling pudding. Like we just have a bunch of good teams that all have flaws and that are all they're tough, but they all are going to beat up on each other. There isn't an elite team in the SEC. Yeah, so far this year, we haven't seen it.
The only elite team in the SEC is Alabama, in my personal opinion.
But are they? But again, right.
I think they are.
Florida State's trying to fire their head coach right now. And the only team that's been able to stop Alabama was Florida State. Like that, it's almost
the A&M thing. I don't see it right now.
What I'm saying, yeah, A&M is undefeated. Could you imagine if Ohio State played a 2-5 Big Ten team to a 3-point game? Could you imagine the narrative that would be on them? Instead, you've got Texas A&M. They're still undefeated. They're still going to get all the hype. They're still going to get all the talk about how great they are when they go play LSU this week. That's going to be, it's LSU top 20 matchup. I think there's just a lot of
Brian Kelly getting fired.
There's a bunch of mid. You're right, could be, but on the buyout. But I'm saying there's a lot of mid in the SEC. Ohio State has been great. Indiana has looked great. Oregon, the only game they lost was to Indiana. They've looked really great. And I don't know that all 3 of those teams are great. But what I'm saying is, in the SEC, if you play a 2-5 team close, well, that's okay because they always play all these SEC teams close. That Arkansas team's good. Arkansas's not that good. And I don't think the rest of the SEC that they keep playing tough, I don't think those teams are that good either. But in the Big Ten, if we had a 2-5 team constantly playing Ohio State and Indiana and Oregon close, everyone would say that's because the Big Ten sucks. But in the SEC, that's a proof of Arkansas is actually secretly really good. And you just can't see it, which is why I say the SEC is a giant conspiracy theory, because no matter what they do, they are viewed to be good.
A 2-5 team in the Big Ten that's near the bottom, like Arkansas is? Wisconsin. What if Ohio State would have played Wisconsin to a 3-point game yesterday? The sky would be falling.
And by the way, if that 2-5 Arkansas team, because their schedule's so tough, if that Arkansas team had gone out and played Notre Dame and also played them tough, then I would understand your argument. But Notre Dame has legitimately been a decent team. And I know Notre Dame, right, they lost to Texas A&M. I'm not making that up.
Yes,
is that correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Like I get you have common opponents, different things.
Game.
But the point I'm making is Notre Dame played Arkansas and just annihilated them. And we just ignore that data point when it comes to Arkansas. But you're right. If Wisconsin had been doing this, this would be the reason the Big Ten sucks, is because how are you letting piddly old Wisconsin hang with some of your elite teams? They played, again, Arkansas played Ole Miss close. They played Tennessee close. I don't think these are great teams. I think they're good teams. I think the SEC has a lot of good teams in it, but they don't have the elite level that the Big Ten has right now. And until they play each other head-to-head, we'll never know, right? Because we're not going to get there till the playoffs, but that's where I stand right now. Overachiever of the week coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we are noticing a couple of traffic alerts, especially over on the west side, starting over by Lincoln Village. We have a crash on 70, that westbound direction, just past 270, where right shoulder is currently blocked. But up north for folks in Dublin, do be mindful. There's a crash on 33 in that 161 eastbound direction. Right as you're approaching 270, that busy intersection, we've noticed that a center lane is blocked right now. Looks like 2 cars are involved, so do be mindful out there. Police, thankfully, on scene. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Victor's Home Solutions. Schedule your free 21-point roof and window inspection today at victors.com.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
At Logan Services, we're more than heating and air. We're a family-owned business that puts people first. For decades, we've built our reputation on honesty, hard work, and treating your home like it's our own. From the first phone call to the final handshake, you'll work with a caring, local team that shows up on time and does the job right. Because comfort isn't about temperature, it's about integrity. Logan Services, family-owned, people-focused, and proud to serve its customers.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Now at Great Lakes Hyundai, lease a new 2026 Hyundai Tucson SE for just $189 a month. You heard it, $189. Plus get owner assurance and America's best warranty. 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Only at Great Lakes Hyundai, Columbus or Dublin, or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.95 down plus taxes, fees, first month payment, 10 miles per year, ends 11/3.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Finally, fall is here. The leaves are changing, the air is crisp, and the cooler temperatures are a welcome relief. But as those temperatures continue to drop, it's also a reminder that winter is just around the corner. We know it might feel a little early to start talking about freezing temperatures and snow, but now is the perfect time to make sure your roof is ready. Before the winter weather hits, wouldn't you like the peace of mind that your home is protected? If you're unsure about the condition of your roof or just want to be prepared for the months ahead, call the professionals you can trust at Newman Roofing. With over 30 years in business and 3 generations of Newmans in the roofing industry, we're dedicated to educating you about your roof so you understand exactly what's happening. We believe that an informed homeowner can make the very best decision for their needs. Give us at Newman Roofing a call today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit us online at newmanroofing.com. Let Newman Roofing help you prepare for winter the right way.
At Giant Eagle, we're working hard to bring more ways to save to every aisle, because every dollar and every moment counts. At Giant Eagle, we're going for better, so you can bring home the best, because it matters.
College is great. You know what else is great? Pizza, which you can buy with your Huntington Bank debit card with the Ohio State University logo. Huntington Bank is proud to be the official consumer bank of The Ohio State University. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Feel
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hello, big voice guy here. I've been hired to tell you all about the Fan's YouTube channel. Did you know you can immerse yourself in Buckeye goodness like Austin and Burb's daily podcast, The Beat? Yes, sirree, Bob. Subscribe today.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Patriot Air Comfort Systems and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tomorrow on the show, I think we may have to have a trial of Tyvis Powell because made some egregious claims on Big Ten Tailgate show over the weekend. So we may have to just take you to task on those. Or, I don't know, maybe Dylan and I are just being too harsh.
Y'all are.
Maybe we're being haters.
Y'all lost your mind.
Well, maybe that can be the judgment of the audience, is maybe we will present the case.
Put me on trial.
Yeah. You can defend yourself.
I take the stand.
I will be the prosecutor representing the people in the case versus
I can be the judge.
You're not representing the people.
No, he's a bulldog prosecutor. I can be the judge. The jury is the YouTube chat and Twitter and our audience. And then, I think that's tomorrow on the show. It's the trial of Tyvis Powell. We have to do it.
And now, it's time to highlight someone who's better than us in every single way. Meet our overachiever of the week.
All right. Here's mine. This is a Division III guy, Curry College, named obviously after Steph Curry and Del Curry, the whole Curry family.
Don't forget Seth,
who got cut over the weekend. Did you see that?
I did not.
I did see that.
But they cut him and said they're going to re-sign him later. Anyway, the Curry family and Curry College. We go to Division III running back Monty Quinn. Set the NCAA single-game rushing record across all levels in their game against Nichols, I believe is who they played. Nicole? I'm not sure. Nicole Sheeran, that's who they played. Anyway, 10 TV sports anchor and host of whatever the Leather Jacket
Time.
Right, on Man and Timmy. So here's what Monty Quinn did on Saturday. 522 yards. And you might say, well, did they give him the ball 50 times? Even then, that would still be impressive. They did not. He had 20 carries, averaged 26 yards per carry. He scored 7 touchdowns. He broke off runs of 43, 58, 64, 76, 84, and 85 yards, all in one game. And he is the only player in all divisions of NCAA history. They played a lot of football in the NCAA. No one has ever rushed for 500 yards. He hit 522. So
that's like
I don't care what the competition is.
This is like some stuff where you on NCAA and you play your dude is a 99 and everybody else is a 60 and you pull the sliders down and all of those things.
Now, what if I told you his team lost?
They did?
No, that would be a lie.
I was about to say, that's sad. Hey, I would be so mad if my team lost and I had a performance like that. You know what I say? I say, no. They lost. They lost. All right, this is an I moment.
You would be, yes. Was that LeVar Ball never lost? That would be
never lost. All right,
they won 71-27 against Nicholls State, for whatever it's worth.
For me, I went NFL. I went with a guy who's been controversial on what he should play. He's playing both sides of the ball, and a lot of people think that he should just play corner. Well, yesterday, 8 catches, 101 yard, 1 touchdown. His team got blown out, but that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. He ain't got nothing to do with that part. Travis Hunter, looked like a really good wide receiver yesterday.
He did. He did indeed. And he got some snaps on defense, too. So I saw him out there. When they put him out there, I think he looked fine.
He clamped Devontae Adams one time.
Yeah, he did. That's the one I saw. But so let him live. He's doing all right as a rookie. He got his first touchdown, I believe, as a rookie, right?
Yes,
I think
sir.
That's what he did. Yep. There you go.
So to the dismay of Bo Bishop and our boss Fish, I'm going to bring up baseball in the heart of football season. On Friday, Shohei Ohtani started Game 4 for the Dodgers. He went 6 innings, only giving up 2 hits, no earned runs, and striking out 10. And all the while doing that, 3 dingers, one that I'm pretty sure left the ballpark. I don't care what any of you old men have to say.
I agree.
Shohei Ohtani is the greatest baseball player to ever grace this earth.
I agree.
Babe Ruth can go do something with himself in his grave, okay? They're not in the same atmosphere.
Number one.
The only other person that has an argument is really Mark McGwire, but that's another story.
That's not even.
He didn't take no steroids.
I think,
according to who?
Yeah.
No. He admitted it. If you keep badgering somebody about it, they just go say, you know what? Yes, I did. Leave me alone. Yes, I took him. There. You happy?
There's always someone, though, with that Shohei Ohtani debate who has to bring up one of two things. They have to bring up, like, oh, well, that's okay. Shohei's good, but he's no glumpy twat waffle who came in the 1910. And it's like, great. What are we talking about? When people went to the games in horse and buggy, like, I don't care, sorry, about those records, quite honestly, to a degree. And yes, like Babe Ruth even, great. Half the population was discluded from playing against Babe Ruth. So, like, Shohei Ohtani would not have been allowed to play against Babe Ruth back in the day because of rules. So I don't look at those records the same as I do now, where everything's integrated and you can literally get the best players in the world can come play in this league. But the other complaint that often gets registered if you say something like Shohei Ohtani may be the greatest ball player of all time is it's usually in a regular season game where they'll say, well, that's fine, but look who he did it against. There were no stakes. It didn't matter. What about this game?
Clinch the pennant.
Yeah, this was a huge game. He was nails from the mound, nails at the plate. What more can you ask for from a guy? And now the answer is if he goes 0-for in the World Series, then everyone will use that to discredit him. But I'm sorry. Like, I've seen enough. I'm going to hit the buzzer and say he's the greatest of all time when it comes to playing baseball. Done. I'm good with that. I'm totally fine with that.
Babe Ruth also played against people that had to pump gas in the offseason and did not face anyone that could throw 100 miles per hour on the black like the modern day MLB pitchers can do.
No, but here's the thing. When that guy was throwing his 82-mile-an-hour fastball as hard as he possibly could, he was throwing it at your head. So that means you couldn't crowd the plate. And it's like, you know what? I think he could have handled it. Because one of those home runs was about 6 inches inside, and he took it yard. Like, I think Shohei would have been like, okay, just back up a little bit and then still mash. Like, he'd have been fine. He would have thrived in any era. That's what I can tell you. I don't know about translating Babe Ruth to today's game, but I'm sure he'd figure it out.
Yeah, especially if he had a dietitian. That's what he really needed.
You know who else would have thrived in the old school games and today?
Who's that?
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay,
thank you.
All right, Tyvis.
So what you just said about Shohei is the reason why Giannis is the GOAT. Thank you for proving my point.
No, because you could say the same thing about LeBron and about 100 other NBA players who could go back in time and dominate the plumbers and electricians who were populating NBA arenas at the time. Yes, that doesn't prove anything with Giannis. It
I was
proves
about to say, what does that have to do with Giannis?
It means the modern players could all go back and do that. So Giannis has to be still better than, like, LeBron. You have to prove that.
Which he's not.
I don't know.
Have you checked the stats when they've played head-to-head?
We don't have to.
Giannis go for about 40 every time.
We can't do basketball. Fish will come in here and fire us. College football coach was fired yesterday. We'll talk about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Noticing yet another crash for this Monday morning commute. This time around, it's happening in our northeast corner, a little closer to New Albany, or really just east of it. It is happening on State Route 161, that westbound direction, just past 310 Hazelton Etna Road. Expect some lane closures out there, so do be mindful as you step out the door. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining built Ford tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Make your next shopping trip a good deal better during the Buy 5, Save 5 sale at Meijer. Buy 5 or more and save $5 or more when you mix or match over 2,000 items store-wide, like 12-pack cans of select Coca-Cola and Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable. Sargento cheese slices, Huggies Snug and Dry diapers, and Friskies wet cat food. That's the good life, a good deal better. Remember to stop by the Meijer Pharmacy for your flu shot, available while you shop. It's free with most insurance plans. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Hey friends, Beamer here. In the spirit of Halloween, Awaken 180 is offering free consultations. Learn how scary fast and how scary easy losing weight can be. For mine, I brought all the questions, and in the end, Awaken 180 was an absolute no-brainer for me. Determine if Awaken 180 is right for you. The free consultations end October 31st. Reserved by phone only at 844-346-1800. For details and the number, visit awaken180weightloss.com. Scary easy with scary fast results.
You've heard about the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Yeah, that's an old one. My dad told that one to me. But when it's your real feet, it's not a game. It's awful. Hey, it's Anthony. I had pain in my feet and my lower back, so I went to the Good Feet store and got the support I needed in my shoes that changed the game for me. I went in and they personally fit me for arch supports that would be perfect for my feet. The fitting process is simple. They ask the right questions about exactly what I was experiencing and the lifestyle I want to be able to live. They professionally measured my feet and arch size, and before I knew it, I was wearing my new arch supports home. Get back to living the life you love with the Good Feet store. For more than 30 years, they've taken great pleasure in helping thousands discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. I'm a customer. I have their 3-step system put into all of my shoes. Get professionally fitted at the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
I used to have a beautiful jump shot, but then I broke my wrist and lost my range of motion. But with QC Kinetics, I got my jump shot back. Hey, it's Tyvis Powell. People just like you are finding lasting relief without steroids, medication, or surgery. You'll see their best orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Ray Tesner. Here's how it works. Your blood contains tiny healing tools. At QC Kinetics, Dr. Tesner and his team get to the root of where your pain stems from. By putting these natural elements to work, your body can revitalize your joints, literally using your own power to heal. It's a simple injection, not a hospital stay. It's fast, all natural, and there's no downtime. If your back, knees, or shoulders are keeping you from enjoying life, explore all your options before you agree to more pills or surgery. Call QC Kinetics today and schedule a free consultation with Dr. Tesner and his team. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
5 words no one wants to hear? You need a new roof. What do you do? Who do you call? How are you going to pay for it? Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and these are all questions that run through people's minds when they hear those 5 words. But if you pick up the phone and call Victor's Home Solutions, your new roof will be the easiest, most hassle-free home improvement project you'll ever do. Victor's has thousands of 5-star ratings for both customer service and high-quality installation. Plus, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. And since no one wants to pay these high interest rates for a limited time, Victor's is offering 5-year, no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. So if you need a new roof, don't stress. Victor's Home Solutions has your back. It starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. It assesses the exact condition of your roof and what needs to be done next. Set up your inspection today. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
With rates lower than the national average, plus special rates on balance transfers, a BMI Federal Credit Union Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card would be the perfect card for your wallet. Visit bmifcu.org/visa for more details and to apply today.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning. I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cleveland Browns hosted the Miami Dolphins for a rainy game at Huntington Bank Field. Former Buckeye running back Quinshon Judkins ran for 84 yards and 3 touchdowns yesterday as the Browns went on to win comfortably 31-6. The Browns will travel to Foxborough to play the New England Patriots on Sunday. On Saturday, the Ohio State Buckeyes took care of business up in Madison and beat the Badgers 34-0. Julian Sayin led the way, throwing for 393 yards and 4 touchdowns. The Scarlet and Gray have this week off before they play Penn State at home November 1st. This update was sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy lower rates than the national average, plus a special rate on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
One of these guys still believes he can play in the NFL. It's Tebow. He says it's because of his low center of gravity. He's dumb. This is Bone and Tyvis.
8:30, we'll talk with our guy Joshua Perry, former Buckeye NBC sports analyst. We'll get into all things college football, Big Ten, maybe some broader college football discussion as well.
Mascot talk,
of course, because Tyvis said some crazy stuff earlier about mascots.
You know what's crazy? So, Doug Martin died.
I saw that, the muscle hamster.
They said that he died while he was reportedly in police custody.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
TMZ just put that out like 25 seconds ago.
That's sad. I don't know what happened there. I saw that last night that Doug Martin passed away, and I thought, God, like he's so.
But it was a brief struggle with the police.
Was he 36?
I think that's what it was.
36, 37, something like that. Like that's yeah, very sad news there. I don't know the circumstances surrounding it, but that's obviously not great.
Said it was like a home break-in.
Oh, really?
It said he died after being arrested following a break-in to an Oakland home.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait for more info there. But either way, regardless of what happened there, still just sad to hear that a guy that we watched play football and knew of has now passed away. I also saw, like, not quite the same thing, but a similar thing for those of us who are my age, who grew up listening to a little band called Limp Bizkit. Sam Rivers, founding bassist of Limp Bizkit, died at the age of 48. So I saw that over the weekend too, and I'm like, God, I'm 43. So now I'm starting to go, hang on a second. That's 48, 43. It's not good. It seems like there was a hinting from one of the other Limp Bizkit members that he may have been battling cancer. So obviously that's terrible. But yeah, thoughts with him and his family. Same with Doug Martin and his family. That's just, regardless of what the circumstances were, that's just sad. When you know these people, you feel like you know them, you feel like you've paid attention to their careers. It is sad when you hear that they pass away. So thoughts with the fans of those guys and of their family, of course. That's very tragic.
Tyvis, what do you know about chocolate starfish? Anything?
And the hot dog flavored water.
Nothing?
Never heard of it.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
The Limp Bizkit fans know.
Never heard of it.
You don't know anything about taking them to the Matthews Bridge? No, you have no idea.
Mm-mm.
That's for West Borland? I say West Borland. That means nothing to you, right? John Otto? Nope. Nothing. Okay.
Let's just keep rolling.
Is these songs that I should know?
I want to break stuff.
Is this
That's what you want to do.
Wait a minute.
No, these are the guys from Limp Bizkit.
What the thing is, I've heard of like the band, but I feel like I might know the song if I heard it. You know how you feel about Mo Bamba?
Yeah,
That's how I feel about
I hear Mo Bamba all the time now. And by the way, I hear loser programs playing it too, where it's like, hey, we're down by 26 in the third quarter, but they call it. It's like that song now is every time I hear it, I'm like, God, it is played everywhere. I had no idea. I'm glad you guys opened my eyes to that. No, you don't rollin'.
Keep rolling. Yeah.
What? Yes, that's Limp Bizkit.
Oh, yeah, that's Limp Bizkit. The Undertaker used to come out to that.
Yeah, when he was in his
when he was on his little
on the
American
Harley,
Bad Age stand.
I listen to break stuff every time I have to work with you. Every morning, Monday through Friday.
What's that supposed to mean?
Break Stuff is a song where, it's literally just about wanting to fight everybody because you're so angry about everything.
You want a fist fight?
No, I don't.
I was going I didn't say that. Pull a Ryan Baker.
I did not say that.
No, I don't think anybody wants to be part of that. All right.
I'm going to get the Legion of Boom on you if you don't stop.
Perfect.
Yeah, don't worry about them. I take all them down, too.
Billy Napier, he got fired at Florida. Now, there's a few things I find interesting with this firing. Obviously, this has been coming for a while. Florida, there was a report out last week that if he loses to Mississippi State, he'll be fired. To which I would say, then what are you waiting for? Like, because you know he's going to, like, oh, if he beats Mississippi State, we're not talking about him beating, like, Ohio State. That might be something. No, you're talking about beating one of the bad teams in the SEC.
That's the point. If you can't beat them, come on now.
But if that's your level of
like
expectation.
It was like Kevin Stefanski versus Mike McDaniel.
Right.
You can't beat them. Like, come on now.
But what we're talking about is two bad teams. And if your expectation of Florida is like, well, if he beats Mississippi State, then maybe he keeps his job, that shows you how far that program has fallen. And it's an indication of why you need to get rid of him. Anyway, they didn't wait. He won that game. And then they went ahead and fired him anyway. His buyout is the fourth largest in college football history at $21.2 million.
A lot of records being broke.
Yeah, it is. I saw that CBS Sports is keeping track of this. Brandon Marcello tweeted this out. We're up to $114.1 million in buyouts this year in college football, which makes you understand a little bit of why all these conferences are talking to private equity firms, I think, now, because they're just realizing they don't know how to stop themselves from spending money. So they're just going to go take whatever dollars they can get wherever they can get them.
Well, that's not going to happen because the Wolverines, Ohio State, and was it Penn State?
Yeah, in the Big Ten.
USC.
They're not going.
The Big Ten isn't doing it for now. But there have already been talks down south.
It's got to be unanimous. Oh, you're talking about the Big Ten.
I'm saying in other conferences, there have been talks of schools doing this individually. There have been talks of schools doing this in other conferences. So I'm not saying it's imminent, but I can understand why they're all at that point.
If you take that deal, and say a school individually takes that deal, they better cash out at some early. You should get the number one recruiting classes, all that, and y'all better go ahead and win this championship because y'all gonna miss out on a ton of money. If you're a bigger brand school, like if you're like the Ohio State or Alabama or like something like that, I think it does you no good. I feel like you would make more than $2 billion in, what is it, 20 years? Ain't the deal? Wasn't it like 20 years?
Yeah, it was like 20 years.
You should make more than $2 billion in 20 years.
It's insane. Why would you trade that? I don't understand why you would give up a big chunk of your conference's control just so you can get a little extra cash up front. They need to figure out how to, and so far we haven't learned this lesson, right? But you have Arkansas, Florida, Oklahoma State, Oregon State, Penn State. Stanford will be open at the end of the year because they have an interim head coach all year long. Virginia Tech, right. Virginia Tech, UCLA, and UAB just fired their head coach. Like
Trent Dilfer.
Yeah, there will be more head coaches available. There will be more jobs open. We know that there's probably going to be another at least dozen of these jobs open. Indiana just inked Kurt Signetti to that huge deal where it was like, what is it, 90-some million dollars?
Yeah, almost 12 million AVV.
All of it guaranteed.
He could get cheese put on his burgers now.
And bacon.
Here's what I'm pointing out. Because all these schools are going to go do the same thing. Billy Napier's buyout, by the way, is it's not offset. So meaning if Billy Napier, he's fired, if tomorrow he picks up a job working at another school or working in media or whatever he wants to do, that money doesn't go against the amount Florida owes him. Florida has to pay him half of that money within 30 days. So a $10 million plus payment in 30 days goes to his bank account. And then they have to pay the rest over a series of years. It's like $2.5 million a year for the rest of that term. So they're still going to be paying him for multiple seasons afterwards. I just don't understand why these universities don't get it in their heads that you need to cap the coaches' salaries. If all they keep talking about is we need a hard cap for the players, that's not your problem. Your problem is you keep hiring coaches and then firing them, and then you pay them $40, $30, $20 million to go away. Right now, Wisconsin needs to fire Luke Fickell. You know why they won't? Because they owe him $25 million. And that doesn't change at the end of the year, by the way. He is owed that even at the end of this season if they fire him. So how many schools are going to be owing coaches well north of 15, 20, 25 million? It's probably going to be more than a handful. And that they're just going to go out and sign even bigger contracts with the next guy. And I think that might be the issue. That might be a little bit of your spending problem right there.
That's why North Carolina is trying to get in bed with Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Need some cash.
Right. They're not the only school, by the way, kicking the tires on that. Florida State was talking about doing stuff like that. Oh, by the way, Florida State wants to fire Mike Norvell. And they're saying the all-in cost of firing him and hiring a new guy could be well north of $100 million. For the coach.
This whole revenue sharing. So the reason that I think that there's like a premium and why everybody seems to be jumping on this, like we got to win now, is because you got to find a way to generate that revenue for that program. And the football gets obviously the big chunk of it. And if that coach ain't good and people ain't coming to them games, like that's messing up our revenue. So we got to do something to keep this flowing, whether that's to get a new coach in here that brings energy, because we got to win. Like we can't be behind.
Well,
we can't do the 2 and 10 seasons and have the bad years. Like, no, that's going to mess up the revenue share.
Let me make the case,
pay the players now.
What I would make the case, though, is like Wisconsin. Let's say they move off of Luke Fickell eventually. I know that most schools won't do this, but you're Wisconsin. You want to be a national championship contender, but you need to go out and find a coach who's willing to work for less than $5 million a year. You need to find a coach who will say, I would rather make less, and I would use that money for NIL. That's how you're going to win. It's all about getting the guys. And if you can't do that in modern college football, I don't care if you pay your head coach $20 million. You're not going to win if you can't get the dudes in the building who can actually help you win. And I feel like too much is being put on that top level guy.
They would never cap the coaches. They love
I know they
them.
won't.
They only care about limiting players.
Yes, that's the part they want to limit. But
let's limit the players, not the coaches.
We have to pay this guy $40 million to go away. $50 million to go away.
The top recruits, what's the most? $4 million, and the top coach is getting
$10, $12 million.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
I think I found your problem right there. The Browns smoked the Dolphins yesterday. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, folks, if you live over on the north side, do be mindful. Your roads are pretty slow this morning. Of course, we are noticing a couple crashes out there. Starting over on the east side, just really east of New Albany, we have a crash on 161, that westbound direction, just past 310. Do expect some lane closures out there because, folks, we're looking at 15 miles per hour for your commute time out there. Lastly, way out in our northwest corner this morning, of course, in Dublin and Plain City, we have a crash on 33 and 161 in that eastbound direction. Right before you're hitting that 270 intersection, right shoulder still blocked this morning, causing some major backups past Post Road this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment
on any Ford tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $200 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyear's and save up to $200 more. See store for details.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Hey, Aaron, what are we going to do with these 41 new trucks you bought?
Those extra trucks are to make sure that we can always send someone to the rescue when a customer needs us.
Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians to the rescue.
Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna keep you warm all winter HVAC technicians.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Aaron, you bought those 41 new trucks at exactly the right time.
I know, Jerry, because everyone, everywhere, is needing help with their furnace right now.
Summertime is when furnaces develop problems.
The contacts and relays and sensors get all wonky.
Because summertime is when furnaces are not being used.
And our technicians can unwonk them.
Get Eco.
ECO.
If you need someone to unwonk your furnace, get Eco.
Our technicians can unwonk anything.
And with 41 new trucks, they can get there fast. Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna keep you warm all winter HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
You've heard about the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Yeah, that's an old one. My dad told that one to me. But when it's your real feet, it's not a game. It's awful. Hey, it's Anthony. I had pain in my feet and my lower back, so I went to the Good Feet store and got the support I needed in my shoes that changed the game for me. I went in and they personally fit me for arch supports that would be perfect for my feet. The fitting process is simple. They ask the right questions about exactly what I was experiencing and the lifestyle I want to be able to live. They professionally measured my feet and arch size, and before I knew it, I was wearing my new arch supports home. Get back to living the life you love with the Good Feet store. For more than 30 years, they've taken great pleasure in helping thousands discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. I'm a customer. I have their 3-step system put into all of my shoes. Get professionally fitted at the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means every few minutes across Ohio, 20 out of 80 possible numbers are randomly picked. And if some of the numbers you pick match, voila, you're a winner. Keno doesn't require you to know a single thing about sportsball or overs, unders, pluses, minuses, or lines, or whatever else. Keno is as simple as, did some of my numbers match? They did? Great. You just raked in some dough. There are more than 20 hours of Keno draws every day and thousands of places to play statewide. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Do you have foot pain? Foot pain is not normal regardless of your age or job. Podiatric physicians are the most qualified doctors to care for your feet and can provide important foot care solutions or shoe inserts to better manage foot pain. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care. We've been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Attack and dominate. Morning Juice is on YouTube and 10 TV Plus.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Join Bobby Carpenter and Tito weekdays starting at 6 or watch on demand. More Bobby, less commercials. The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Definitely need a couple layers this morning as wake-up temperatures in some spots in central Ohio could range from the mid to upper 30s to the low 40s. But this afternoon, plenty of sunshine in the forecast, just staying on the chilly side and could be breezy at times with highs in the low 60s. For tonight, mostly clear overnight and not as cold with our lows getting in the mid to upper 40s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
What's the point of watching football all weekend if you can't overanalyze it?
Reaction Monday is sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. In terms of the Waffle House menu, Tyvis covered and smothered his opponents. Meanwhile, T-Bone is a chunk of hash who's often covered in gravy. I'm not sure what that means either. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Buckeyes had a huge win, of course, over the weekend, beating Wisconsin. No problems. We talked about it earlier. I feel like Julian Sayin should be in the Heisman conversation. I don't know why it's taken so long for the rest of the country to catch up on that, but regardless, he's there now. This team, I think, offensively in that game, Ryan Day did something I didn't expect him to. I thought he was going to say, we got to show that we can run the football. And instead, in that first quarter, he said, nope, we just need to throw the football. We're good at that. Let's do it. Let's get ahead of this game. So that was good to see. I like that.
He went out there and said, we're going to get this lead first. Then we're going to work on this run game.
Yeah.
Let's go out there and put this to bed. We go up 17 or whatever. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and just put this to bed.
You have got more or less. I know Penn State will come in and play tough. They have tough, they have a lot of good talent on that team. But everything they've been through this year, this is going to be their Super Bowl essentially. But you essentially, other than them, and then obviously the game at the end of the regular season we know about, Team Up North, you essentially have a bunch of scrimmages coming up and a bye week here. So work on stuff like getting the right side of the offensive line to be able to run the football over that side of the offensive line.
It's going to be.
Let's find out how we can run the football a little more effectively in short yardage situations, in the red zone, those type of things.
It's going to be boring not seeing the Buckeyes this Saturday.
I know.
Oh, yeah, by the way, you're welcome for the BYU pick.
Oh, yeah. I did. I bet that pick.
On the money line, Dylan.
I did take BYU.
Bleep them points.
You know what? Speaking of good mascots, because you put Puddles the duck over Brutus Buckeye, I just want to say the BYU mascot, if we were opening it up to all of college football, that mascot, I would put them number one. Because that mascot, I don't know if you've ever watched the BYU mascot.
I don't even know what it looks like.
It's a cougar. But like you've seen like the Nittany lion that Penn State has, which looks like they bought it at like a Goodwill just the day before the game.
Temu.
Yeah, like
this cool.
The BYU mascot, you need to go check out. This dude, whatever this mascot is.
Look at you. I can't believe you saying this.
No,
Make sure.
no.
So this is okay?
Go watch it. No.
Are you insane?
He's like the evil Knievel of mascots.
This mascot does Tyvis.
Puddles is on a bike.
Tyvis.
He ride a motorcycle to start the game on. He need to 12 o'clock that thing.
I could do an hour on the BYU mascot. I'm not going to.
That's sad.
Go look up the BYU mascot doing push-ups on tables. They put
Brutus does push-ups on tables.
Not like this. Not like this, where he levels up to like 5 different tables doing a push-up where he hops up on each push-up all the way to the top of a stack of 5 tables.
You hear this, Brutus? You see how they do you?
He's not better than Brutus.
I didn't say he's in the conversation of being great.
He just said
that
we
BYU
opening
mascot.
it up to all mascots.
That BYU mascot's great.
That's what he said.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's great.
saying he's better than Puddles.
He's better than Puddles. Yes, he is.
He's not. Puddles is funny.
Okay. That's good. I like funny, too. I agree with that.
He's out here vouching for the Nittany Lion now. What is going
not
on?
the Nittany Lion. No.
That's what Tyvis said. Tyvis said he's cool.
No, he sucks.
Didn't you just not say he's cool when he was talking about Penn State?
No, he was talking about BYU.
I'm telling you, the BYU mascot.
I said I looked up BYU's mascot. I said, oh, he's cool.
Have you seen any mascot in college sports?
You're such a hater. You want me to be wrong. Look, he want me to pick somebody else in the Big Ten. He's sick.
The BYU mascot dunks from outside the 3-point line. No joke.
Yay.
What, no, yay.
Whoop-de-doo.
Giannis can't do that.
Puddles told Tyvis a joke one time, though, so that's what makes him better.
I've actually met Puddles. I've never met the BYU
so you got to just expand your horizons.
Whatever.
That's good. All right. So the Browns beat the Dolphins yesterday. There's a few ways to look at this. Here's how I'm choosing to look at it. It was great.
Kevin Stefanski keeps his job.
Well, the one thought I have
regime makes it another week.
Mike McDaniels is very aware that his time is done, and he has given up, and that team has given up, and they're just waiting for the inevitable. Kevin Stefanski still believes he can save his job, and maybe he's right.
He can. Did you look at the rest of the schedule?
Oh, God, I'm not looking at the rest of the schedule with you. I'm not doing it because that's every team
together.
No,
let's hold hands and look at the schedule.
It feels dirty and inappropriate now. I feel like some people have a porn addiction. You have a look at the schedule addiction, and I don't want to encourage it.
How dare I spread hope?
Yeah, Kevin Stefanski has not made peace with the fact that he probably won't have this job at the end of the season, or at least if there's any justice, he shouldn't. But good for the Browns. They won this game. It was nice to see them win in the rain and in the weather and the muck. I loved that part of it.
You win 2 more games, his job is safe. The owner came out and said that we can't just win 3 games.
They're winning this game in part because now the defense played great. They had a bunch of turnovers from the Dolphins. But what are we talking about? The Dolphins are an abject failure of an NFL franchise right now. The Browns aren't much better, but at least they won this game. I just don't think this should give any false hope to anybody. This is a team that is still fighting for a top 5 spot when it comes to the NFL draft. And yeah, win this game, that's fine. But it's nice to have a win on the calendar. It felt good in the moment to watch the win. But afterwards, I'm like, it almost felt like eating that third Twinkie where you've had 2 of them and you're like, you know what? Why don't I go get another one? And it's like, that's where it was too much. You don't need another Twinkie.
That's a personal thing. I can't relate.
I know you can't.
Browns fans enjoy this because this is my prediction.
Oh.
Miami is going to pick 1 pick ahead of the Browns because of this loss.
Right.
And they're going to draft God's gift to earth at the quarterback position. And we're all going to look back at this game and be like, man, if they could have just lost this game, it could have changed the franchise. But laugh now, cry later.
By the way, who's God's gift to quarterback? I just want to know.
I don't know. Whoever it is, it's just going to be whoever Miami drafts. It's just automatically going to be God's gift to earth at quarterback.
So it's probably
because of the Browns.
That's probably going to be the case because in the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 drafts, whoever the second quarterback was turned out to be the best quarterback in the draft. And so far, Jackson Dart looks better than Cam Ward. So,
that's
therefore, the Jets is going to probably get the first pick of the draft. They're obviously going to take a quarterback. Miami's going to take the next one, and that's going to be the guy.
By the way,
Dante Moore.
How about that comeback for the
Browns going to take Lenore Sellers.
Okay, you know what? He's got all the size. He hasn't looked great in college, but who knows? Maybe they can fix him when he gets to the pros. Here's what I know. I was watching, speaking of Jackson Dart, that Giants game where they looked good and it looked like they were going to go into Denver and just smoke the Broncos. And were it not for a 33-point fourth quarter comeback, that would have happened.
That just sounds so
It's incredible.
Wild.
Well, and the Giants, too, their kicker missed an extra point.
Yeah.
Which would have made it 33 to whatever it was, 30, I think.
Yes.
And so then then the Broncos went down and kicked their field goal to win it as opposed to tie it.
Jackson Dart threw a horrendous pick.
He did.
And that kind of like sparked the whole comeback.
That's true.
The Giants defense also went into prevent early.
Oh, it was
very
terrible.
early.
Terrible. So,
well, you know, scared money don't make money. That's why you take BYU on the money line.
And by the way, I want to point out just my college pick for whatever it's worth. I was scared money, but I did take Arizona State with the points they were getting against Texas Tech.
You should have took them on the money line
because they won straight up and knocked off Texas Tech, who was another team that was getting all this love and all this hype. And, oh, hey, they're undefeated. Look at them. Well, not anymore. They lost to a 2-loss Arizona State team. There's only, again, tell me the great team in college football this year. It's Ohio State, and that's pretty much it. Everybody else has their flaws.
College football has some good things going on. Indiana is 7-0 in back-to-back seasons for the first time ever. Yeah. Georgia Tech is 7-0 for the first time since 1966. Vanderbilt is 6-1 for the first time since 1950. Virginia is 6-1 for the first time since 2007.
Yeah, that Vanderbilt game, it wasn't even like the score. If you go look at it, looks like LSU was close, but it really wasn't. Vanderbilt pretty much dominated that game start to finish. LSU had a few plays at the end that kind of made it look closer than it was, but yeah, that Vanderbilt team. I'm surprised Diego Pavia isn't getting more Heisman talk.
He in there?
No, but he's not up there with like the top 3 or 4 guys.
He should be.
I know.
I was thinking about, I was going to tell, hey, you might want to put a couple dollars on him.
I'm just saying, if you wanted to spread the money around a little bit,
he is
Julian Sain,
plus
a few other guys.
1,400, and they still have.
Oh, he's got a ton of games.
Some games to go.
Where he can go have his Heisman moment or whatever you need to do.
They got Missouri, Texas, Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee.
He's the 5th highest right now.
How do you feel about the Vanderbilt mascot?
The
Commodore.
I don't know what he looks like.
I don't know either. Probably terrifying.
Is it the Commodores, the like 70s, 80s?
I'm sure he's no Brutus.
That's who they named the school after. I would actually be in favor of that, as opposed to naming it after the actual Vanderbilt that it's probably named after. It's probably way better. All right, 2 minutes away, we'll talk to Joshua Perry. College football Buckeye discussion next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, unfortunately, we're noticing some major slowdowns for folks in Westerville this morning. There is a crash on 71, that's southbound direction, just past Gemini Place to Polaris Parkway. A right lane currently still blocked this morning. We are down to the single digits, folks, 9 miles per hour when it comes to your commute times this morning. Lots and lots of backups. Do be mindful as you're approaching this area, just pretty slow this Monday morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could dump all your problems on someone else's back? Well, when you wake up to a clogged drain or a plumbing issue, make that Mr. Rooter's problem.
Call 855-MISTERS today or MrRooter.com.
Call Mr. Rooter. He'll be there quick.
College football is more chaotic than ever. New rivals, new rules, and a brand new season of Fansville. Are you fan enough to handle the drama? Then grab an ice-cold Dr. Pepper from your local Kroger and buckle up for the season. College football. It's a Pepper thing. College football fans, listen up. You can catch Carnell Tate and Dr. Pepper on November 17th. We'll be at the new Kroger at 7525 Gardwell Street in Powell from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Stop by to get your photo with Carnell Tate. See you there.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Just announced. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all 2025 Tucson and Tucson hybrids. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit ends 11/3.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
2 men, 1 appendix. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. Now joining us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. He is NBC sports analyst, former Buckeye, Joshua Perry. Joshua, good morning. I have a question for you about mascots because Tyvis Powell has an insane take on the fact that he thinks Brutus Buckeye isn't the best mascot in the Big Ten. Do you think that that's a weird take from him or not?
I think it's a weird take, but my take on mascots is that I kind of hate them. So not a fan of mascots, and also not a fan of rivalry trophies. I think there are too many, particularly in the Big Ten. We had a couple of trophy games on our network over the weekend, and I think it's a bit overdone. Quick story to tell you. The Illabuck, when we were in college, when Tyvis and I were playing, went missing for about a year, and nobody cared. Nobody asked about it. So kind of overdone.
Now, see, I thought we were going to get an insane take from you next week when we talk Halloween candy, but I'm glad we got.
Don't you worry. You're going to get one of those, too.
I'm glad we got the insane takes early on. You don't like rivalry trophy games? I love the trophies. They're awesome.
I think they're overdone. I think there are too many. Like, if you go on the Wikipedia page for trophy games in the Big Ten, and then you just look at the sheer number of them, and you're like, okay, I see what you're saying. Like, it doesn't mean anything when that many games have a trophy.
See, I gotta look.
Josh, let's. I'm sick of your insane takes. Let's get back to the Buckeyes.
I'm the one with the insane takes.
They're mad at me because I said that the duck is better than Brutus.
The duck really gets on my nerves. That duck actually.
So that means that the duck is better than Brutus. That's exactly my point. Let's keep it on the Buckeyes though. So because you know what? As you get older, you get more grumpier. You know that.
I'm aging in dog years as well, so I feel like that curve is just speeding up. I'm like shaking my fist at the sky.
I feel that. I understand that. I totally get where you are. All
right, let me ask you about this Russian attack for Ohio State, because I think everybody is saying that Ohio State is a dominant team, but they want to see more out of that run game. I made the point earlier that if you want to win a national championship, the team that runs the ball the best typically goes on to win that. Isaiah West, freshman, guy that nobody thought of. He had the better game out of all the running backs, 9 carries, 55 yards. Do you think we should see more of him? How do you think that rotation should be? Are you still Bo Jackson, still RB1 in your books?
Yeah, I think Bo's still RB1. Listen, I want to see as many of these guys as possible. I think it's a good thing when you have depth there. And Bo, to me, maybe was pressing a little bit, and so you miss the opportunity to get some 4s and 5s when you're trying to hit 10s and 20s. So, kind of got to settle in there. Here's the thing, and I mentioned this last week about Wisconsin. They have a good run front. It's about the only thing that they do well as a team. Their pass defense is somewhere in like the 90s or whatever, but they had a good run front, and they had forced teams to really turn the page. You look at when they played Alabama earlier in the year, Alabama stopped running the football on them. Like, they just decided they weren't even going to attempt to. And Ohio State, certainly the game plan was let's just drop back and beat them that way. But, they wanted to mix in the run. Ended up running it for about 3.5 a carry too, which isn't a great number, but it's not as bad as people are trying to make it seem. So I feel like this also was very much like the game plan says that you should throw the football on the defense that you're facing, and we have the weapons to do that. So I get the frustrations from fans, but I think you got to give credit to Wisconsin for the way that their defense is built. And then if you're Ohio State, last year we were all whining and complaining about running it into the middle of a defense we probably shouldn't have been running it into. We dropped back this game, got the win. I think people should be happy with that.
Joshua Perry joining us on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. One of the other concerns I think Buckeye fans have, and honestly, this is something that a lot of the national media has brought up, is the Buckeyes haven't played anybody. Whether that's fair or not, that perception exists out there. But how worried should Buckeye fans actually be about that? Do you think their schedule is maybe as soft as it kind of seems right now, looking at some of these games and how they've gone since the Buckeyes have played these teams?
I really don't. I think I feel like the SEC just has better branding and marketing when it comes to how strong the middle of their conference is. After watching Missouri over the last couple of weeks, we actually think Missouri's a great team. No, but people are going to keep acting like that. They had to go into 2 overtimes to get a win against Auburn. After watching LSU, people were trying to sell us on LSU, and I said very early on to you guys that they're trash. And after watching them, are we convinced that LSU is actually a good football team? Now people are going to be like, oh, well, look at Vanderbilt. They're so good. Look at the wins that they have. It's they lost to Alabama. Now their best win is LSU, but it's not really a good win. And then they're going to play Missouri over the weekend. And I just told you Missouri's a fraud, and somebody's going to come out of that game looking like they're good when they're actually not. And so when you look at the Big Ten, a team like Washington, for example, goes cross-country to play Michigan, and they kind of get handled, and people are like, well, I don't think very highly of Michigan, so now I don't think very highly of Washington anymore. And that's the exact kind of game in the SEC that people try to excuse away. The other part about this is, real quick, Miami lost to a bad team. Alabama early on lost to a bad team. A&M had a really nasty game against Arkansas that just fired their coach, and Ohio State hasn't been playing with their food, right? So, it's very clear to me that they're the best team in the country, but if you want to argue, we can argue about it.
The only reason I was going to jump in there was because that Arkansas thing you brought up, Arkansas hanging with Texas A&M, they've hung with every supposedly decent SEC team they've played against. Right. The only game Arkansas has been blown out in was the one where they didn't play an SEC team and they went out and
they played
Notre Dame and got smoked. So, I think maybe the middle of the SEC is a little overhyped, to your point.
Yeah, it's just, I get where people are at with it. The talent profile certainly helps with it. The brands, some of the teams that are down right now, too, LSU being mid, they're going to get the benefit of the doubt. And Florida somehow finds a way to, beat a Texas, and now all of a sudden it's oh, look at how good the bottom of our conference is. And it's I don't know, man. I think that the top of the conference definitely is below the Big Ten, and the middle of the conference is getting a little bit too much credit.
Let me ask you about Indiana. Do you think that they officially are the second best team in the country? Is this a team that you actually can see compete for the national championship and be in it? Or do you think that there's still some players away and this is kind of like a last year thing?
No, I think they're in it. I think that their roster is better than it's given credit for, particularly with the skill. Where I would be nervous is if you had to block the guys for Miami, let's say, for example, that would make you a little bit nervous. I think in the trenches, they have done really well to develop those guys from a fundamental standpoint. They don't make a ton of mistakes, but just physically, you still ask the question, are they up to par with some of the top teams in the country? But they've got a better quarterback than most. Their top two wide receivers in Surratt and Cooper Jr. are phenomenal players. They run the ball extremely well. D'Angelo Pons, their corner, could play anywhere in the country. He's a very dominant, dynamic player. You can go down the list. I don't love Aiden Fisher's profile as a draft guy, but plays super hard, really smart linebacker, knows how to get those guys lined up. They do a ton of really good stuff with scheme. I think they're there. And, people are struggling with the idea that Indiana is a college football playoff team. I was just taking my shots at Vanderbilt. But you look at their schedule, they're probably a college football playoff team, and we're just not used to hearing those types of schools have this type of success, but this is where we're at right now.
Joshua Perry joining us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. You mentioned Indiana, and we have this story on one hand where Indiana just paid Curt Cignetti $90 million, and I get why they did it. I get they want to keep him, and that's what it takes. On the other side, though, we have the same conference, Big Ten, talking about private equity money and everybody can't afford to pay their bills. And in college football in general, this is a discussion. It's not just the Big Ten. And I see Billy Napier getting fired. Florida State talking about Mike Norvell might be gone. So many other jobs already open. Does it feel like we're having the same conversation about nobody can pay anybody, but then we're focused on we got to stop the players from getting more money? Why don't we ever look at find a way to rein in the spending on coaches? And not just the spending, but the guaranteed money. If that guy sucks, you have to give him $30, $40, $50 million to make him go away.
Yeah, I think James Franklin getting fired was one of the big kind of, I don't know, it hurt the narrative of the idea of using the private capital, which I'm not a fan of. I feel like there's so many benefits and so much growth that can happen, and it feels like you're mortgaging that future a little bit in a way that might create a little bit too much risk, but that's neither here nor there. It's an interesting thing because I think our sport got to a point where agents really started running the sport in a lot of ways, agents and boosters. So you see these openings, and it makes me question the mid-season firing. People are like, oh, we want to get ahead of the coaching carousel. And it's it gave Indiana an opportunity to pay Cignetti. Guys are going to get raises. We watch how this goes. Jimmy Sexton's phenomenal at this. He'll get guys raises. They'll get the big buyouts with that. And then the next guy who takes Penn State is going to be like, well, you just fired your coach mid-season. I'm going to need assurances. And so that's agents running college football. And then the flip side of that is the boosters are like, nah, man, I'm fed up. Here's a check. And maybe an AD doesn't want to do it. Maybe they do want to do it. Maybe they wanted to wait. But the boosters are telling you to do it right now. What are you going to do? Turn down the people that have the check? You're not going to do that. So very weird spot we're in. Everybody loves to cry poor. Somehow the money just creates itself. So I really don't know where people are at with this, but it's insane. Over $100 million in buyouts so far with in-season firings, and a lot of big names still out there that are in question.
I can totally understand if, like, an Olympic sport that gets cut, if some of those athletes go, hang on a second, how much are you paying the guy to go away, though, that coaches the football team or the basketball team? I get that frustration 100%. Josh, it was fun. We'll do it again next week, all right?
All right, take care, guys.
There you go. Joshua Perry on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Buzzer time when we come back. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we are still noticing police on scene after a big crash over by Westerville. It's at 71 southbound direction, just past Gemini Place to Polaris Parkway. Right shoulder still blocked this morning, and it's causing still some backups. Not as bad compared to 30 minutes ago, but do be mindful as you're heading towards this area. Just a little bit of that congestion going on out there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Be an early bird and save on your Thanksgiving turkey today. Select frozen grade A Kroger brand turkeys are 99 cents a pound with your card. Limit 2. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This is 100% employee owned now. It gives them a sense of pride.
It's always been a family business. We've benefited as owners from the work of all of these great employees for so long. Well, now everybody's an owner, so now everybody has a stake. It really is the culmination of the family business. The family just got bigger. We all know there's a difference between working for a paycheck and working for something that belongs to you.
Rosati Windows, locally made, expertly crafted.
A government shutdown affects everybody. It means missed paychecks for our troops. It means delays for critical services for ordinary Americans. And it disrupts the work Congressman Mike Carey does to deliver results for his constituents. Like voting for the Social Security Fairness Act to get public servants like police, firefighters, and teachers their full Social Security benefits on time and without delay. Mike Carey also voted for a continuing resolution to keep the government open while budget negotiations continue. It passed the House with bipartisan support, but failed to pass the Senate, and the government still shuttered. Congressman Mike Carey urges our senators to put politics aside and reopen our government before innocent Americans are harmed further by the shutdown. To learn more about Congressman Mike Carey's bipartisan efforts to reopen our government, call Congressman Carey's office at 614-927-6902 or visit carey.house.gov. Paid for with official funds from the office of Mike Carey.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veteran service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment? Facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services. Bobcat Enterprises says thank you for your support as they celebrate 50 years of serving the construction industry. Established in 1975 in Cincinnati, Bobcat Enterprises has expanded to 9 stores to meet you where you are in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. Find equipment for any construction project, including compact track loaders and excavators. Plus, Bobcat Enterprises rents compact equipment and attachments. Find current specials and locations at bobcatent.com. Or follow Bobcat Enterprises, Inc. on Facebook. Bobcat Enterprises, 50 years working for you.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Visit the Good Feet store today. Walk-ins are always welcome. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube. Ooh, just to name a few. Live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan. All your favorite Fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. When Tyvis looks at Bone, he sees the future. Bald, fat, white. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Maybe age is creeping in. Maybe it's just you have low energy and you think, I don't know, maybe it's my diet. Maybe I'm not sleeping well. It could be that, or it could be low testosterone. That's why you need to go talk to a medical professional about it. And you can do that with my friends at Columbus Men's Clinic. It's affordable. It's accessible. It's a consultation that's just $99. They give you real information based off the blood work that they see. It's from a real medical professional. It's no guesswork. It's actual science that will help you feel better. They will find a solution that works with your body and your budget. Plus, if it's not low T, they've also got ED treatments. They've got the semaglutide treatments to help you lose weight. I'm doing those right now. You can find out more by calling Columbus Men's Clinic today, 614-300-7400, or go to columbusmensclinic.com. Again, the consultation, including blood work, just $99, and it only takes about 30 seconds to set up the appointment on columbusmensclinic.com. So don't wait. Do it today. Talk to the Columbus Men's Clinic about what you have going on. Ryan Baker is in now. Bake, I hope you had a good weekend.
I did. I was hanging out a lot with the best mascot in the country, Brutus.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what anyone says.
I've heard always that he's the best mascot in the country, but some people feel like he's a bit overrated. I don't know who those people.
Who said that?
You.
When the words overrated came out of my mouth?
Because you didn't have him number one. You slotted him down.
Had him at two.
He should be one. Rooting for Donald Duck, whatever his name
Have
is.
you hung out with the Duck?
No, I haven't hung out with the Duck. I don't want to hang out with the Duck.
Just saying.
Not all of us are as
You think I
privileged as
wanted
you.
to hang out with the Duck? It was part of my job, and I had a great time.
Now you love the Duck. Now
I had a
he's
great,
the best.
like Sparty. When I seen Sparty, I wanted to knock him out because of of my time playing at Ohio State. But he was actually a pretty cool dude.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
Hey, I saw a picture.
This is what going national does to you.
I don't know if you guys have seen
Takes
this.
your biases and just
What if
throws
you
them
met
out
the
the window.
stupid bird from Virginia Tech? Would you be besties with him too?
If he was a cool guy.
Oh my god!
You don't like
Or a girl.
You don't like the Hokie, the Virginia Tech? Is that what it is? Is that a Hokie?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think it's some type of turkey.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know the person.
Fine. I'm just telling you that just because you hang out with someone doesn't mean they're great.
Isn't that how? See, the thing is, I'm not one of those people that go like, "Oh, they said this bad stuff about so and so, and so I'm gonna get an opinion of so and so." No, I'm gonna go hang out with so and so and find out what I think of so and so.
Listen, you can hang out with so and so, and that's fine. But Brutus is still the best.
Yeah,
Brutus he has my heart. I'm wearing his shirt.
You have a weird way of showing that appreciation when you don't put him. You don't put him number one on your list.
No, this isn't girls going wild.
What does that say? Number 2 on the back?
For the radio audience, Tyvis is flashing Baker.
Yes, he is. That's
I was not flashing him. I was showing him my Brutus shirt that I'm wearing.
Surprise, surprise, I didn't see anything.
By the way, speaking of flashing, you guys need to go check out. I need to put you on this. Lane Kiffin's Twitter account. So it looks like Saturday morning, he posted this, I guess before their game. Shirtless Lane Kiffin at a yoga studio called Yoga Culture. I presume this is somewhere in Mississippi where he coaches. But he's tweeted this photo out of him shirtless and very sweaty with two, I would say, attractive ladies who both look like they're maybe half his age.
I don't know. I'm blind. I got cataracts.
Both of them. Anyway, both of them, he tweeted out the following. He tweeted out the photo of him shirtless and then says, "Thanks, guys, for an amazing workout this morning." And, of course, college football social media has had a field day with this because, I mean, the thanks for the workout thing, him shirtless, it's just a weird photo. That's all. I'm going to let you guys check that out for yourself. But
Lane Kiffin follows me on Twitter or X.
See, I didn't know that. When did that happen?
Lane Kiffin tweets a lot.
Oh, yeah, because you have to scroll down a little ways to find his tweet.
It says follows you. That's crazy.
He also has a burner account that's very obviously his account.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I don't know. Well, this one is the Lane Kiffin with the blue check with the Ole Miss.
Oh, yeah. He also
has it's like the family's dog account, and it's clearly Lane Kiffin tweeting from it.
That's good. Wow. I think Dick from Dayton's Twitter account has more followers.
You know what? That tweet about him with the yoga people, that's right next to the tweet where if you saw Miss Terry Saban, she talked about how she was asked if Nick Saban wants to come back and coach any of these jobs, and she said, no, I think we'll leave that for the baby coaches, I believe is what she called, like Kirby and Lane. Kirby Smart and Lane Kiffin. Let them go win national championships. So Nick Saban doesn't have to come back. He retweeted that and said, thanks, Terry. So, so he's appreciative that they're going to leave those jobs for other people. So he doesn't have to worry about going up against Nick Saban again.
She also said that she didn't see a number from Penn State yet.
Oh, yeah, just wait. I don't think there's a number that gets them to move up there.
Saban?
Oh, my gosh.
Maybe Lion Saban?
You want to talk about breaking the sport? If they do that, that will fundamentally change everying we do about college football.
You know this is going to happen at some point, though. When are Saban and Urban going to come up in all these
they'll be in the discussions. I can't imagine either of those guys wanting to go back and do it. But stranger things have happened. I couldn't imagine a lot of these. John Gruden may be coaching college football next year for all we know. So
that I could see, right? Because, he got forced out there for a while. He's still in his bones. He's a little younger than those guys. Maybe he's not younger than Urban. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But either way, I'm sure he wants to get back. He's doing everything he can. He's like taking every box that he can get from college football teams and opening it up on his social media posts. So, yeah, he's got all the gear for whatever job he wants to take.
I want to see him in Arkansas with the Tyson chicken money. That's a good combo.
That would be something.
Tyson chicken.
That and the Walmart money, right? And the Jerry Jones money. I mean, they've got money if they want to spend it.
Spend it all on Calipari.
That's right. What do you guys have?
He don't want to go to Arkansas. He want to go to Florida.
That's what I would.
That's
think.
Lane Kiffin's job.
The Chucky Dolls.
What do you guys have coming up on Bishop and Friends today?
Well, we'll talk a little bit about those vacancies in college football and maybe who's next. Luke. Sorry about that.
You would think.
We'll also have Austin Ward on to talk about the Buckeyes' big win, 34-0 over Wisconsin. And we'll have Dalton Wasserman of PFF on to kind of get an evaluation of where Julian Sayin is in college football quarterbacks and what maybe some of his pro prospects
Let him know that they're dead to me.
Who?
PFF.
Why?
Because some of the grades they give out on some of the performances I see, it just don't add up.
All right. You know what they said? You're dead to them because Brutus is the number one mascot.
That's exactly right. Bishop and Friends coming up next, 9 to noon, right here on the Fan.
Shove it down your throat. It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Find your local Bryant Heating and Cooling dealer at Bryant.com.
Tomorrow on the show, I believe the time we're working out is 8:30. Max Arfston from the Columbus Crew will join us. Arf is what they're saying in the streets about Max Arfston. The Crew won their final game of the season, regular season game, 3-1 over the New York Red Bulls. Here's what that means. They are in the playoffs. They are the 7th seed. They're playing the 2 seed, who is FC Cincinnati.
Oh.
They put the F in FU, FC Cincinnati.
Hell is real in the playoffs.
3-game series. So you could have a triple hell is real, theoretically. Game 1 is next Monday, a week from today, in Cincinnati. Game 2 would be Sunday, November 2nd at Lower.com Field. And then game 3, if necessary, Sunday, November 2nd.
That's the Browns bye week.
You got an off day. Oh, buddy.
I might be in the building.
Oh, I like it. I think that could be fun. Anyway, so there you go. Crew getting it done over the weekend, and hopefully they can get it done against FC Cincinnati, or as I like to call them, Kentucky FC.
You guys should borrow Matthew Olivier for a game and get you an enforcer.
That's
rough
right.
him up a little bit.
That's right. I like that.
I bet you Tyvis and Brutus will be at that game.
Yes, that's right. Everybody
together.
Will be there. Bishop and Friends coming up next. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great Monday. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
A heads up for folks who live over in Grove City, or at least heading towards that area. We are noticing a disabled vehicle that has 2 left lanes currently blocked on 270, that westbound direction at Georgesville Road. So do be mindful there, causing some major backups this morning. So want to make sure you are taking it nice and easy and take your time on the roads.